Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to League Wire Wednesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. You know what I'm going to say? Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Let me know when you are ready, buddy. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you so much for coming through. This is Miss Phins. I am Miss Phins. We are bringing to you guys another great, great episode. We're doing this is embarrassing. I just realized what I did. Dang it. I'm supposed to change this to week 3 pick'ems. Not week 2 pick'ems. It's okay. I too am what do you call it? I too make faults, but it's okay, people. We're all right. Hit that like button. Thank you so much for everybody that came through. Really do appreciate it, guys. So I got myself and my co-host, Mr. Culler Commentary, and we're gonna be discussing like we do every single week. We have your review of the previous week. We're going to go and give you the preview of the upcoming week, and then we'll go ahead and do our pick'ems while we're doing that review. And lastly, we do our impact players. Guys, go ahead and hit that like button and let everybody else know, guys. We are very, very, very happy to be here. Thank you so much. Okay, without further ado, let me go ahead and again welcome guys to League Wide Wednesdays and bring my co-host, Mr. Culler Commentary. Did I not do this right? Oh, I didn't do that right. That hurts.
Good evening, man.
Hey, good evening.
Yep, I'm taking a phone call real quick, Miss Phins. I'll be right back.
Sure, no problem, no problem. Do you see this guy? Foot halfway in the door and stuff. It's okay. We can just talk about him now. I'm just kidding. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, so last week, let me actually pull this up. Man, last week was rough. I'm not gonna lie. My pick'ems, oof. It's a little rough, guys. It was a little rough, but I really thought I had it. I thought that, this week we were able to go ahead and make it happen. You know what I mean? Week 2. But unfortunately, guys, I didn't have it. It was pretty bad. And to start it off, it started with our game. You know what I mean? And if you're new to the channel, guys, thank you so much. Go ahead and hit that like button. Congratulations to the channel. We have finally made it to 1,400 subs. So now we need just 100 buckaroos. We need 100 of you guys to continue to help out the channel. That's all we need. And by doing so, it's going to help us out with having, what do you call it? With having, let me, hold on. Having more subscribers, because we do got a goal. We got a simple goal. It's not even that big of a goal. But we do have a goal, guys. We want to be able to get to 1,500 subscribers. The goal is 2,000, but the first step is to get 1,500. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Manolo. Appreciate you. Yeah, 1,400, man. When I saw it this afternoon, and I'm like, oh, we got it, yay! So now we only have 100, guys. As you can see it, we need 100 more subs. We can only do it with you guys. So if you're watching on Twitter and Twitch, thank you guys for coming through. Hit that like button so that way we can go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and get us started, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because it's League Wide Wednesday. And something's gonna happen because it always does. So let me go ahead and get us ready here. Boom! There you go. There you see it. 1,400. I'm so happy, guys.
Sorry about that, Miss Phins. I had a very, very important phone call from a very important person y'all know.
You do your thing, sir. That's why we can keep it rolling.
El Cap called me and just gave me some really, really shocking news. Yeah.
NFL related or personal related or
NFL and TFTG related.
do you want to put it in a private chat real quick? You don't have to
No.
share. You don't have to share.
No, I was actually gonna just quickly tease it real quick. There
All
is
right.
we have huge news coming at TFTG. Huge for a lot of people. And it's still in the works, but I'm not allowed to say nothing. I'm probably already gonna get fired for saying what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, you're
So
not. He's
make
not gonna
sure
fire
y'all's
you.
notification bells are lit up for everybody. Miss Phins, TFTG, everybody. Subscribe to the channel, all the channels, so you get all the updates because it's coming very, very, very soon,
Ooh,
and it's gonna help things.
no,
It's gonna be huge improvement.
it's huge.
Yeah,
All right, there you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, my co-host, he is from the Fins Tailgate. Go check out the Fins Tailgate. Subscribe over
and that's
there
hot off the press. You are the first person to know that something is happening at all.
for the NFL and for you
No,
guys.
well, everything we do applies to the NFL, so that's
True,
why I said that. But it's
Miss
really
Fins,
what we have to share with uh
the
with
world.
the
Breaking news,
audience
ladies and gentlemen. TFTC
gonna
has
be
a
huge.
huge thing coming through. Look at Michael K. What's up, Michael K? Miss Fitz, the more the Dolphins lose, the more subscribers you will get. I see 5,000 in the very, very near future. Listen, I'll take it. Elizabeth, what's up, Elizabeth? She says, question marks? What are you trying to say, sir?
Huge. I'm shocked. I can't.
What's up,
I had to sit
Raphael?
down. The news is so shocking.
I love a cat for life. Let's go. How you doing, sir? New person added to TFTG. Ooh, ooh. 1,400. Let's go. I know. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
Cat
okay,
for
okay.
Life is going to be the new morning show host for Coffee and a Cup of Cap. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I'm like, that is pretty big. That is
Just
pretty
kidding.
big.
Just kidding.
Oh man, why you gonna like do us like that? You gonna say it and then you just not gonna say it. So
Well, now I've got to start putting out all kinds of different false information ideas, so people get the wrong idea.
bro, you're
You know
hilarious.
how this
Okay.
business works, Miss
Of
Fins.
course, I know you gotta tease it up. Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, this was rough for us. There's no point in Christ, no point in even saying it. It was rough for us. This
Oh,
Dolphins game sucked. I'm
Pick'ems.
just
Oh,
gonna
that's
say it.
right, Pick'ems.
Yeah. By the way, start getting your impactful players, sir, and jut them down for week 3. Okay,
How'd we
crap.
do on those impactful players, by the way?
Oh, and then well, easy. So last week you picked quarterback Baker Mayfield. I think you nailed it with that one. That's a
Oh, I
great
did,
pick
didn't I?
for
Oh,
your
Baker.
quarterback. Yeah, you picked Baker, so good job. I picked Tua. So you had Jalen Wright
Well,
as
he was
your
definitely impactful.
yeah, but did he help us win the game? I think not, sir. Wait, Raphael, how did you get 135 and still lost? That's insane.
Wow, that's actually a good showing right there.
Yeah, that's
135.
it. What's
Wow.
up, Scott? Welcome. It's Phins Culler. Let's
What's up, Scott?
go. Raiders play Carolina. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all that.
Bet
You
Scott's
picked
feeling
Jalen
nice and
Wright. Jalen
refreshed
Wright.
lately.
Listen, you got Jalen Wright. You got Tyreek. I don't give you none of those. Pat Fairmouth. Um, I think Pat. It wasn't too bad. I feel like Pat. I can give you Pat. You know what I mean? I feel
Yeah,
like Pat.
yeah. If it wasn't like, I mean, did he win? Did they win because of him? At the very least.
Well, I know he wasn't a bad person for him. Where the Steelers at? Mike is sexy's there.
Mountie Finn.
Najee. Oh, I don't know if he was that impactful, but you know what? We can still give him to you. We'll
We
give
can
him to you.
right impactful in the respect that He's one of only few that either one of us has picked all season, so it's been
Seriously,
impactful for us, I guess.
for real. Dolphins D, no, but I will give you the Cowboys defense.
All right, all right.
So there you go. So you got a good when it comes to your impactful players. You got what, three? You went 500 on your impactful players. That's not bad. I had unfortunately went. I definitely got B John. B John helped Atlanta
Yeah, yeah.
win that game. So
Everybody
I'm
helped Atlanta.
facts. I put Christian Kirk and winning. I put Micah Sexy. And if you don't believe me, where the Bengals at? Let me show you something.
Amazing what a guy can
Look
do.
at that
Never mind.
sexy man right here. Heck yeah, Micah Sexy. Hmm. Definitely got that impact player for sure. And I did the Steelers defense, which again, I got right. The Steelers defense was definitely locked down. So Dolphins, Christian Kirk. I don't know about Christian Kirk. Let me see the Jags.
They lost, so
Nope. Then that's an L. Yeah.
pause.
Impacted.
Except Kyle Pitts. Yeah, that's what I was
For
hearing.
real.
Kyle Pitts is
For
officially a
real.
bust now. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I don't know. I just don't think he's being utilized properly. And I don't know why. Like, he should be good.
Seems a lot like Jaceki, his career trajectory. You know.
But now he's with a team that prioritizes tight ends because now they have a tight end that can be implemented
Hmm.
in,
That's a
the
nice
passing
cup
game.
you got there, Miss Fins.
Hmm.
I wonder where you
Yeah.
picked that up at.
I know, right? Yeah. Hmm.
I got mine
Thanks.
too. I love it.
You do? Yeah, I love this cup, man. What's
Did you get
Dolphins
that
gonna
one at
win?
the Pollo at the stadium, or did you
No, no,
or
no, no,
at
no.
your
Different
local?
pollo. I don't even
Right.
know which pollo it was, but I know it was a pollo. I saw him was like, I need to have it. So okay, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just gonna start out. We both took L's when it came to the Dolphins. I said
By the way, that
52.
cup caused me to try Pollo Tropical for the first time.
All these years since you never tried pollo
Nope,
tropical.
never got there for some reason. But that cup, I was like, I gotta have that cup, and I rode over there. I'm like, what do they even have here? Well,
Rice, beans,
pollo. I know
chicken.
pollo means chicken, so I know they're gonna have that.
Yeah, I'm like, it's rice, beans, chicken. It's really simple. So, so
Great
I'm just
food,
gonna
great
break
food.
out the painstaking oblivion that is the Miami Dolphins, and just go ahead and give us L's for this. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it no more. I was so mad. But let's go and continue to the next game, which actually I got a cool little there it is,
Oh, look
Sunday
at
with
that
you.
graphic. Look at that.
Yeah, a little graphic. Shout out to Fox NFL
Now
or
I can see
NFL
where you're
Unbox.
at, like what list you're going off of now. Yeah,
Well, to be
perfect.
honest, I go over the ESPN list, but at this point, it don't matter.
Well,
I really want to use the graphic.
sometimes our chart doesn't line up for some reason.
Hmm. Well, you got Saints, and this is not gonna line up, by the way. We can, but we'll. What I'll do is I'll keep it lined up to this, so that way it'll stay. You got Raiders who won 26-23. Gardner Minshew do.
See
Whoa,
what happens when you try to say Gardner Minshew?
seriously.
Makes you breathe in your spit.
Gardner
It's like sneezing and coughing at the same
Minshew.
time.
Oh, that was horrible. Actually, did his job as a QB. Was able to help his team not take this L. And look, they beat the Ravens. I was kind of shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I picked the Ravens. You picked the Ravens. I said 32-10. You said 24-13. So we weren't really there either when it came to points. But I thought it was very interesting how that game went down. And I'm actually kind of concerned because Mark Andrews is not looking like the tight end we were expecting him to be. It looks like Isaiah Likely really is coming into his own, but I'm not sure if maybe Mark Andrews is still dealing with the injury or trying to still recover from his injury that it's not translating. But hey. That's what we got. That's what we got here. Next game, Chargers, Panthers. Man, dude, you're not gonna believe this. I got the exact score. You hear me?
No, but for the
No, I didn't.
Panthers,
26, 20. I got 26-10 is what I said. I gave them too much credit, thinking they could get a touchdown.
I know,
But
right?
yeah, so I won 26-10. It ended up being 26-3 Chargers. We both picked the Chargers. We just don't believe. And I just saw a meme that said, oh God, I wish I would have done every single of their starting quarterbacks for the last like 10 years. Almost all of them, or like more than half of them, were first round picks, and then they had like the Green Ripper, with the thingy on each one, and then the
Mhm.
last one, it was a 2025 first overall pick. I'm like,
Yep, they
I
even
feel,
had Baker Mayfield roll through there.
yeah, they had
So,
Baker, Sam Darnold,
given
they had
given how Baker is resurged his career, it's obvious who the problem is in Carolina.
Carolina themselves.
I
So
mean,
yeah, I
even
thought that was
Sam Darnold went through there, and look at Sam Darnold now in Minnesota.
exactly Sam Darnold. I think this was exactly what he needed, the atmosphere that he needed to resurge his career. And man, he's not looking bad. A lot of these guys just need a new location. And guess what? Same thing with Geno Smith. Same thing with Baker. I guarantee
Oh,
you
and what's the
the
other
Browns
thing?
feel bad.
Before they were in Carolina, both Baker and Sam Darnold were also in other dumpster fire organizations,
Hmm.
Cleveland and New York. You
Jets.
know,
Yep.
but we
Exactly.
want to compare ourselves all the times to the moves these other teams make. You know what I mean?
What's up, Mind Over Matter Fred? What's up? How
But
you doing?
but the Jets did this, but the Cleveland did that. It's like, yeah, and where are they at?
Exactly. Then you got Saints Cowboys. This right here.
Mm-mm-mm. Saw that coming.
Oh man, bro,
What
you
was my
got it.
score prediction for that game?
So I'm gonna tell you right now. So you actually didn't have it scored that high. You said 27-24 and ended up being
Oh
44-19.
man.
Who the quarterback again? Oh, Derek Carr. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Another one
that's
that
another
came
one.
from
Yeah.
a dysfunctional organization.
Go
And now
figure.
it looks like, oh, maybe this is exactly what winning is supposed to look like. Who knew? This is
Oh yeah,
crazy.
apparently so by the way, Miss Finns, in case people don't realize, 91 points. That's how many points the Saints have scored on offense or have scored in 2 games.
And if I'm not
Uh
mistaken,
yeah, that's it looks to me like the Saints got the memo on how to defeat the NFL.
didn't
Like
didn't the
when you talk about like the referees, the rigging, the storylines, the unfairness, all that stuff. What do we always say, Miss Fins? Don't leave it in the hands of the referees, right?
yeah,
Well, the
exactly.
Saints apparently have gotten that memo.
And apparently they're the only one that have
Yeah,
gotten that memo.
91 points in 2 games.
I'm still trying to figure out,
That's
but
45 and a half points a game. The
they're
Peyton Manning
clicking.
Colts and the greatest show on turf didn't have that many points per game.
Not even Kansas City when they had their best year. I think they were still averaging 35. So yeah, this is shout out to the Saints because let's not lie. And I think you know what I'm about to say right now. We had we had in the NFL, we actually had the the Saints not being that good this year because we weren't sure what we were gonna get out of Derek Carr.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I don't think that was a bad assessment. I just think that's
And
you know,
the way they're winning and the way they're gelling, I don't see it slowing down anytime soon.
me
Like,
neither.
I don't see any reason to not predict them to have another 40 burger this week. Who's their opponent? You know, I mean, we'll find out, but I'm
We'll
saying, like,
find out, yeah.
I don't see any reason that they'll slow down. Like,
And
you
look at
know?
this. Derek Carr spent the offseason asking himself how he could have a faster start in a new organization. And let me tell you
I
something.
mean, when you roll the Cowboys like that.
For real. And Card Kamara helped the Saints end the Cowboys 16 game home win streak in regular season with that blowout. They just manhandled them. Like it was such a shellacking. So so Color, sorry. I preemptively I forgot I hadn't seen this, but sir, I cannot give you the Cowboys defense. They were bums. So you got two in Baker Mayfield and Pat moves, and I got B John, Mike Gesicki, and the Steelers. Yes. Just being honest. Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't. Yeah, yeah, I agree
then
with
we
that. Yeah.
got Buccaneers and the who they play? The Lions? Is that the Lions?
Yep.
Yeah. Bucks Lions, man. I picked the Lions. I thought the Lions were gonna be able to do it, but I thought it was gonna be close. You thought it was gonna be a blowout, but you did pick the Tampa Bay. So congratulations, sir. You put it at 42-20. It ended up being 20-16. So it was still close. I was closer in my point margin than you were. But yeah, that was kind of rough. Eagles versus Saints in week 3 is an interesting matchup. Andy Dalton versus Minshew, very interesting matchup as well. I agree, Raphael. That's going to be a very interesting matchup. You know what, Color? I just had an idea, and maybe we can do this afterwards. But if we can get all this timely, knock on wood, we're quick with this. We might even be able to pull up the fantasy league and kind of see, head to head, who everybody in our fantasy league is doing. Uh, let's see here. Then we got the Colts versus the Packers. I went with the Packers. You, sir, went with the Colts. Can you remind me again why you thought the Colts had a chance? Ah,
Um. No, I can't really.
I get it.
Probably because they aren't the worst team in the world, and the Packers were reeling, having to go with their backup quarterback.
And even then, he was still able to go ahead and
Yeah.
secure that win. I mean, it was 16-10. I called it 17-14, so I was close. But
Uh,
you did call for the loser to have 10 points. You
right.
went
Right.
28-10, so that at least you kind of foresaw. Next games, you
Right.
got Browns versus the Jags, 18-13. Uh, I picked the Browns, sir, and you picked the Jags.
I know.
Um,
Fortunately, I didn't do that on my parlay, but we'll get to that later.
yeah.
I
I went 20-17. You went 24-21. So
I
interesting
will.
there.
I'm gonna shoot downstairs real quick, Miss Fins. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, next game we got 49ers to the that stout defense of the Vikings going 23-17 Vikings. And who did we both pick? Wow, I can't even believe this. Color and I both picked the Vikings to win. And why did we say we picked the Vikings? I'm sure he's going to tell you, but I can just answer it for you. The defense in Brian Flores' defense, we trust. Holy smokes. And I was close on that. I was so close on hitting the perfect score, ladies and gentlemen. I said 23-20, ended up being 23-17. Had San Fran actually kicked that field goal, I would have had the perfect score. Um, but yeah, like at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not surprised at all that that game went the way it did because for me, defense, defense, defense. That's my bread and butter. I love defense, and I definitely thought that they'd be able to go ahead and do it. Then we got the Seahawks at Patriots. Oh man, that one hurt because they won in overtime. Obviously, Seahawks came back to tie the game, and then they went ahead and kicked the go-ahead field goal. Him and I both picked the Patriots, so that was very, very, very interesting to see how we didn't get that one. And to be honest with you, this was a. I'm liking what I see out of the Patriots. It's kind of frustrating, but I do. I think Jared Mayo is actually doing pretty decent so far. as the head coach of the Patriots. Um, I think that he's starting out with the same way that Bill Belichick did, with the main focus being the defense, and you can see that, but still allowing Jacoby Brissett, who's a veteran who can run your offense. And again, this is his second time with the Patriots, to have that veteran leadership there and still be able to drive the ball, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you have at quarterback. The point is to continue to get first downs so you can get to the goal line and pass it. And their offense has been able to assist the defense, but I still think this is a defensive led team, and I think that they're gonna continue to do really well moving forward. That's just me. That's just what I'm seeing. With the Patriots. Um, I think New England coach is similar to Texas coach. Yeah, you could actually say the same thing. I'm not. I think that's actually a pretty good comp right there. I even have Kamara. Kamara couldn't save me. I don't know how you had Kamara and Gasexy and still lost, man. I don't even know who'd you play against. Jeez, that's intense. Next game, ladies and gents, we had. Sorry, we had the Jets Titans, ladies and gentlemen. Jets Titans. The Jets finally edging in and getting that win. I think that we both had the same consensus of, I don't see Aaron Rodgers losing 2 weeks in a row, especially to an inferior team as the Titans. And we were both right. Will Levis, some people say he's sold, but he's just a rookie quarterback. He's just what, second year quarterback. He's still trying to find his way. Is he the future for Titans? I don't think so. A lot of people don't think so, but he can surprise us. It's 100% on him. Shout out to everybody in the building, guys. We're 100 people away from our 1,500 goal. We're trying to get it by this weekend, and we can only do it with you guys. So if you're watching on Twitter and Twitch, please go ahead and let's get you over here to YouTube. It's the greatest way to support the channel. It's 100% free. So thank you, guys. Keep hitting that like button, and let's get this going.
99.999% free.
That's true, because it's going to cost you a little bit of time, but you
The
get what I'm saying.
electricity to run your internet.
Oh my
the
God.
internet.
Okay. We're not going to get into details like that. Like, Jets went 24-17. I said 24-13. Yo, I'm getting really close at predicting these games. This is what, the third or fourth game
Well, then
where
I'm gonna
I've
have to
been
hit you up for my point spread bets
like,
every
and I
week.
don't even do like I don't do none of that. But
that's what
again,
that's what would make you good at the point spread. You're good at game
like,
script. What you're doing is you're being really good at predicting your game script. You're thinking, how's this game gonna go? Not just what are these teams going to produce, but how is it going to progress? Teams can be great, but if there's only 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter and they don't have the ball, you know what I mean? Like, you got to think of how these games are actually playing out with each other.
Agreed. Then we've got next game. You've got is that the Giants? Yeah, the Giants versus the Commanders. We both picked the commies. I just, every time I say
I
that,
almost
just
picked the
makes me
G-men, but
you
apparently
did, and
they're
then
not
you're like, "No,
G-men.
I'm gonna go with the Commanders." Um, what's up, Aquavision?
Apparently,
Welcome,
there's
buddy.
only one G-man on that squad.
I don't even at this point.
What's up, Aqua? Thanks
Hey,
for saving me, bro.
so I had it 16-10. Ended up being 21-18. So what is that? 4 points, right? So I'm 6. I'm 2 points off. You went 28-17. So you actually got the loser. You were really close on that loser score.
I'm
For
really good
sure.
at picking the loser score.
Honestly, you really are though. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I keep
So if
seeing.
you ever got a game where there's two losers playing, just call me. I'll tell you how much they're each going to
Who's the
score.
loseriest loser? Okay, next game we've got LA Rams versus the Cardinals. This was interesting. We both picked the Rams, so we both took L's in this one, right?
which is
Oh,
weird because we knew that Kyler Murray was going to be Kyler Murray.
yeah. But
Like
maybe
what were we thinking?
I'm thinking we were thinking that
That the Rams
Matthew
were more
Stafford.
stable, I guess maybe.
Exactly. They've had multiple years in that offense, you know what I mean? They got Cooper Cup, Puka Nakua, even though he went
They're
down.
also the ones that shut down Kyler in that playoff game.
Exactly. So based on their history, based on, the quarterback play, that was good. I think where we underestimated was Marvin Harrison Jr.'s impact on Murray's game.
Right.
Because what I'm seeing is, and let me know if you think I'm wrong, is a kind of Mahomes Kelsey kind of connection. You know what I mean? If you take a look at some of the routes that Marvin Harrison Jr. was running, there were a lot of times that Kyler Murray had to break out of the pocket,
Mhm.
scramble, but you still saw Marvin Harrison Jr. looking for the ball, even though it was a dead ball. It was a dead play. So it's if they continue to work on that chemistry between those two, and the fact that Kyler Murray is so shifty, that's
I've
gonna
got
be a
a excellent comparison for that tandem.
yeah. I think that's gonna
That
be an
would be
insane team.
Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, for when
It just
under the
that's all that
Seahawks. Yeah.
that's all Russell Wilson to do. Just get out of the pocket, scramble enough
Hmm.
time for Lockett to find an opening, or whatever. For a lot of years, it was also Doug Baldwin with Tyler Lockett that made Russell Wilson in that regard. So
Or you could even say Matthew Stafford with Megatron.
mm-hmm.
The same thing. Matthew broken play. Matthew Stafford scrambled outside the pocket. Where was
Where's
Megatron?
that
Complete.
20-foot tall wide receiver? Exactly.
Exactly.
Close
Megatron is
your
looking
eyes and
back,
throw
trying
it.
to make it, and he did. Or even so. I mean, you could even go back to.
Hey, I completed a double pass one time, wide receiver hitch pass one time, Miss Phins, in a game because my counterpart across the other side of the field was such a tall, big wide receiver. I just literally just I had a wall. I had the entire secondary converging on me on the hitch pass, so I just kind of looked to the sky and threw it. I knew where he'd be. I knew what the play, how the play was designed. I knew where he was supposed to be, so I just trusted that and threw it, and there he was. He had to he had to climb the defender to get it. So he made a great play too. But it was
Yeah.
that's how that stuff is. You buy time and you know
Exactly.
it's
Then you
really
got.
hard for the defender to cover every single space in the universe. You
It's
know.
impossible to ask for a defensive player, especially a DB, to cover
Yep.
for 8 seconds. That's
Yep.
impossible for them,
That's
especially
exactly
when
what it
these
is.
guys are
Yep.
cutting. It's
Because remember,
impossible.
the defender occupies a finite amount of space,
Yeah,
and the
and the thing
universe
is,
has an infinite amount of space. So the ball could go anywhere, and that defender has to react.
yeah,
It's just too hard when you've been running around like that for the receiver not to finally get open space.
that's why a lot of people
This
say
was
that the
what
corner
Mahomes and
position is
Tyreek
the hardest position
thrived
to
off
play.
of for 2-3 seasons.
Hmm.
Mahomes just close his eyes and throw to the open grass, and Tyreek will get there.
Exactly, exactly. So we gotta see. I think they got a bright future, and you know what? If Marvin Harrison Jr. again blossoms into who we think he's going to be, which is
Hmm.
that, I would say, in my opinion, and this might be too early because it's only 2 games, but I would put him in that Kelsey Megatron kind of role because he's a big guy. You know
Right.
what I mean? That he can get you, though. Even if you overthrow
He
him,
looks
he
a
can still
lot like
climb that ladder.
RG3. Did you notice that?
No, I know. I'm not. I'm not going there. But
He's like a cross between RG3 and the King in Mister Rogers' Neighborhood with the really rosy cheeks. You know.
I don't remember him because I don't really. I didn't
Remember
really
the
watch.
King? Remember when he went to the other world? There was like marionettes all over the place.
I didn't really watch it, so that's why
Oh,
I don't.
well, you don't know what
Yeah.
you were missing.
No, I had some other great shows that I watched.
Well, I know Mister Rogers is a little dated too. I know.
Okay, next game. Boom. Man, I'm loving this Zoom. Hey. We've got the Pittsburgh Steelers to the Denver Broncos. What is Sean Payton doing over there, man?
I'm being Sean Payton, being galaxy brained, waiting for Drew Brees to fall out of the sky.
Yo,
He
that
might
was
get his wish. He
probably
might get his wish if we move off of Tua.
what? Oh, because he wanted Tua.
No, but everybody thinks he's Drew Brees. So
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. If Tua went to
I
the
think Sean
Broncos with
Payton would
Sean
do
Payton.
Tua justice. I think
Oh,
they'd
I
be all
think
right
he knows how
together.
to deal with that kind of quarterback. Anyways, that's why he was being comped into that aspect. But if
Yeah.
that was the case, ladies and gentlemen, and Tua went over there and won a Super Bowl with them, I'd lose it. I don't know what other way of saying it.
I mean, people
I'd
forget
lose
that
it.
all them years Drew Brees had stellar running backs.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
what was the one guy from Miami? From the Miami area. What was who? Reggie Williams? Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush, yeah, number
Yeah,
22.
yeah. Alvin Kamara. Uh, I mean, what's the other guy? That was
Uh,
backing up Kamara recently on their last run before Breeze left. That was Reggie Bush, wasn't it?
it might have been Reggie Bush. I'm trying to think. There was
Another
another.
big mean dude. Forget his name,
I'm
but you
not
get
sure,
what I'm
but
saying.
I get
You
what you're
know,
saying.
Michael
Yeah.
Thomas at wide receiver.
How is
You
that
know,
guy not in the Dolphins uniform? But whatever.
didn't he have Jimmy Graham at tight end for a minute?
For a
I
minute,
mean,
what do you mean?
we
For
act like
most,
Breeze didn't have any stellar weapons. You know what
he
I mean?
absolutely had Jimmy Graham for years. So yeah. Next game. I mean, shout out to the Steelers again. I don't know why people keep downing them. They end up being the team that we expect them to be,
Because
which
they're your
is a
brother's
defense.
team. That's
I know.
why.
I told you this year. I was gonna take a look at it, but I said 17-13. It ended up being 13-6. You said
Shout out to
27.
brother Fins.
Yeah,
Haven't
yeah.
talked to him in a while. Hope you're doing
Oh no,
well.
he's great. He's got a game on Friday, so he's
Oh,
his season already
nice,
started.
cool.
Yeah. So I
Best of luck.
I'm rooting for him. I have to drive to his. It's a very long. It's about 12 hours to get
Godspeed,
to.
brother Fins.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But he's
Brother Miss Fins.
my brother fans is good because I got mama fans as my mom.
She's the
So
real Miss Fins.
yeah,
She,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Papa
This
fans, and that's
this
obviously
Miss
my
Fins
dad.
is just a reasonable facsimile. She's the real Miss Fins.
She is. See, oh my god, I don't know my mom.
She's the
Actually,
Mrs. Fins. You're the
the
Miss.
Mrs. Fans, yes, there you go. Then we got Bengals, Kansas City. What do you think of this game? Because somehow, some way, the referees find a way to get Kansas City to win. But
What was
25-26.
Burrow uh feigning? I won't say faking. Was he feigning a little problem with his hand last week when in that loss to New England? Because I mean, last week when we picked this game, it was like I can't trust the Bengals if Burrow is sitting there shaking his hand around like he don't have his hand, like he's weak, like he's got
Mhm.
problems again.
Yeah.
I mean, and then he goes out there and actually plays like that was a real game right there. That was what
Was a
we
really
expected
good
from
game.
Cincinnati versus KC.
Exactly. And you know what's frustrating too? I had Jamar Chase. The bum did nothing for me. I wish I would have had
Who had the
Gasicki though.
referees?
Oh, Kansas City had the
Oh,
referees.
can we
This is
pick
not.
referees from now on as most impactful players?
I mean, yo, there's a meme out there that's like, that referee. I forgot his name. He's a black one with the he's done a million games, but
Right.
he's like, who I'm talking about, the main
I
guy,
think so. I think so.
and his stripes are actually white and red, and somebody put a little Kansas City logo on
Oh
his
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
pocket, and then in the hat instead of the NFL is the Kansas City. I'm like, Yo, they're smart.
I
Whoever
mean, I know
comes up
there
with
was
this stuff.
other reasons that they handed them that game, but that particular pass interference call was legit. That was pass interference. I'm sorry, that just was. You can't hit the dude before the ball gets to him.
I get that, but
I mean, I
my
know they
issue
let a
is never
lot
that.
go, but that actually hit the guy and it changed. Like, you know what I mean? If you're touching a guy and hand fighting and all that, and it don't change the position of the other player, let it go. But when a hit changes the position of the player before the ball touches him, that's pass
It is,
interference.
yeah,
That
yeah, I
literally
know that.
is the rule.
But
You know what I mean?
beforehand, did you not see the tackle literally false start? Like I feel like he
Well,
false started
that's
like four
fair.
times,
That's fair. I'm not trying to
and not one
excuse
of
the
them were
refs.
called.
I'm not trying to excuse the refs. For the game. I'm simply saying that that particular play was a legit call.
No, that one, yes, but
The one
it's
that
so
ended the
many.
game. The one that ended the game. That was a
Which I
legit
get,
pass
which I
interference
get.
call.
But that's one correct call
Sure,
versus how
sure.
many that were egregiously
I got you.
like not even called. Like, come on, man.
I hear you. I hear you.
Rafael, he's like, wanna trade for Gesicki? I need to run back or what is he Miss Spence?
She ain't
Ah,
trading.
I don't trade, dude, but if he becomes available through waivers and I
Man, one
pick him
thing I've
up, I
learned about Miss Phins,
automatically
when she has a square, she stands on it. There,
dude, I agree. I too saw no calls on false starts. That guy is notorious for false starting. If I'm not mistaken, it's the right tackle. And it's like, Jesus, just watch him. And you're gonna see the man false start. And it's like nothing. To me, they should have had like back to back false starts in one of their drives, but it's like, you know what, whatever. It's Kansas City, so they're gonna get they're getting the Patriots treatment. That's what they're getting, which
well,
is super
you're the one
frustrating.
that accepts it,
It's super
all because
frustrating.
you have to see your, you know. Oh, yeah, never mind. Never mind.
What do I accept? I
Can't
don't.
go one football game without seeing the princess. You know.
Oh, you're talking about no. What's her
I
name?
mean,
Taylor Swift,
yeah,
please.
they cannot have her disappointed.
Well, you know she's coming in a month, in exactly 1 month.
I mean, when you got the kind
She'll
of
be here.
money she's got, you if you don't want to be disappointed, the world shall not make you disappointed. You know,
Well,
it's just,
I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, the
she's
next
like,
game. This
order
was
me up a football win.
order me up.
I want one of those.
And that Monday night football game, guys, that was kind of epic. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty good. 22-21. The um the Falcons, man, they gave it to the Eagles, and they definitely get it. By the way, you and I went 3 for 3 in Steelers, Chiefs, and Texans. We got those three
Yeah.
right, but then we took 2 L's with the Dolphins and the Eagles. That was very interesting. I picked 27-24. You picked 31-30. It ended up being 22-21. So your
Wow, I
point
got the
spread
one
was,
point spread. Look at
yeah,
that.
you definitely got that. So it was pretty good. But I
And it
didn't think it
kind
was
of
gonna be as
ended the same way I thought it would, just 31-30 instead of, you know what I mean? Like the one
yeah.
point was for a reason, you
Yeah,
know,
it
and
makes
I
sense.
and
It
I
makes
thought
sense.
maybe that we'd see exactly how we saw it.
Yeah, man. So you went 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
9
7,
and
8.
7.
8 and 8. What do you mean 9 and 7? 8 and 8.
No, I went 9 and 7.
No, it's 8 and 8. One, two,
You
three,
got one wrong.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You went 8 wins.
That's not what I'm showing. I'm showing 9 and 7 on mine.
Are we
And
missing a game?
I've been pretty 1-to-1
I
with
but are we missing
in
a
other
game?
words, I haven't changed. I don't think I've changed any that I picked.
Chargers, Ravens, Rams. Da, da, da. I'm what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins.
Yeah,
We
but we
both
haven't
went
talked. You didn't leave one out. The Bears and the Texans. You left the Bears and the Texans out.
No, I told you. Oh, well, we didn't talk about it, but I already had it counted as there was only 16 games. Look,
I know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
One,
8,
two, three, four.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 Thursday night, and 16 Monday night. And we went half and half. The Texans game, even though we didn't talk about it, my bad. It was Texans versus who they play? The Bears.
Do
And
you
I
have me? Do you have who did you have me pick in the 49ers Vikings game?
Vikings. You won Vikings.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you got Saints, Tampa Bay, Jets, Vikings, Commanders, Steelers, Chiefs, Texans, and I got Packers, Jets, Vikings, Commanders,
Yeah, it
Browns,
says on my
Steelers,
list
Chiefs.
that I picked the Lions, so that should be even one less. I should have
You,
7 if that's the case.
no, you picked Tampa Bay.
I know, but
I
on
picked the
mine,
Lions.
I'm saying on mine, I picked the Lions for some reason. I don't know why I went against what I told you. You know what I mean? I just might not. I just might have looked it over. You know.
Oh, probably, but yeah,
So
no, it's
for
only
win,
16
so
games
real
this
quick
week.
for wins on my list, see if it matches up with yours. For
Go ahead.
wins on my list, I have the Saints,
Uh huh.
I have the Vikings,
Uh huh.
the Chargers, the Jets.
No, Chargers is a loss.
Okay, that's where I
Oh,
mixed. But I also mixed because the Chargers
wait,
played
the
Carolina.
Chargers won. Oh, I'm
Right.
so special. I'm so special, so special, so special.
Did I pick the
Hold on.
Panthers or the Chargers on yours?
No, we both picked the Chargers, and I by
Right.
mistake put red on it. My bad.
Oh, I see.
My
So
bad. So
it
it's
was 9 for
7.
both of us. All right,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Now that's where it was. Thank you. See, I was like, but wait, what? I'm glad you went through that. My bad. I think I was doing like a mass red dot, like
Oh, no
red
problem. I don't
thingy.
want you to have. I want you to have your 9 if you got 9 too. You know.
We both picked the Chargers together. Yes. No, you're right. You're right. We both did. I'm still surprised how I somehow managed to get the same record as you. Back-to-back weeks for Miss Phins, 9 and 7. Oh, that's ugly. That means I'm what? 18 and 14, and Culler is 12,
And
13 and
19 or something.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13 and 19.
Coming back.
You're coming back. You're coming back.
I might be able to get to 500 by this week.
Exactly. You might actually. What's up, Shekel? I see you, sir. Aloha, Miss Fans and Color in chat. Welcome. So that was that.
Oh, real quick,
Go
on
ahead.
last week's results before we move
Yeah.
on to this week. I had a 3-leg parlay, Miss Phins. I called it my underdog parlay. 3 games, right? Now we know there was more underdogs than just 3, but I only wanted to do 3 because every time I do more than 3, the 4th one is what breaks my parlay, right? Well, come to find out, I could have put a 4th and 5th on and still won it because you had the Patriots. Well, no, they didn't end up winning, but you had a couple other teams that ended up winning when they shouldn't have. But my 3-leg parlay, underdog parlay, hit last week. All 3 correct. I had the Vikings over the Niners at plus 185. I had the Browns over the Jaguars at plus 145. Now, I picked the Jags on the pick'em, but I put the Browns on my parlay.
Okay.
And I had the Saints over the Cowboys. That was plus 240, Miss Phins. So that had 2.5 to 1 odds. That was the worst out of all 3. And it ended up being the blowout.
That's crazy.
Like, the one that actually gave me trouble was the Browns and Jags when the referees seemed to want to give the Jags free timeouts on their last drive for some reason. And I'm like, you're not going to do this to me. You are not going to do this to me. Because the Browns had taken the lead with like a minute something left. And then they sacked Trevor Lawrence for a safety.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, I got this. Next thing you know, the Jags got the ball back and they're driving and they got to score a touchdown to win it. I'm like, what is going on here? And then they had 2 timeouts that were official for some reason. One was an injury timeout on the defense. The other one, they never told us why they timed out. And I'm thinking, They are literally trying to steal this from me. I can't believe that this really happens.
How much did you
You know what I
bet? How
mean?
much did you win?
I bet $5. I'm a modest guy. I don't bet more than my means, and every once in a while I get 20 bones or so to play with, and I bet $5 to win 118. So that was a pretty good score right there.
Hey man, you
The overall parlay, Miss
did good.
Phins, had 22 to 1 odds to hit. So that means that 22 times I would have played that, I get one win for every 22 times I would have played that parlay.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna pick another one today too.
Oh yeah, this week. So yeah, keep a lookout on Coffee and a Cup of Color in the morning. I will be setting, probably Friday, I'll be setting my underdog parlay of the week
Nice.
for
Ladies and
everybody.
gentlemen, we got a miniature segment because I think this one's actually very interesting. We got 0-2 teams. I want to know how are you feeling about these 0-2 teams? And then I have another one of which one through 2 weeks is the most surprising record. So we got two things. I thought it was very interesting. It's a great question to ask. Before we
The
get to
obvious pick there is
our
the
preview.
Ravens.
The Ravens, I'm very shocked they're 0-2. I'm
They got to
actually
get a
shocked the
win.
Bengals too are 0-2 because I thought they would be at least 1-1
Hmm.
at this
Hmm.
point. No one thought, everybody knew Panthers were gonna be 0-2, probably even the Broncos. No, and even the Giants, but the Rams, I would have thought at least they would have had one win by now. So, which one of the here did you think the two that don't fit would be Bengals and Ravens?
I'll go with the Ravens and I would say the Ravens and the Bengals are the ones that don't
Everybody,
fit.
yeah,
Every
everybody
one of
else is
those other
believable.
teams, even though I thought they wouldn't, I didn't predict them all to be 0-2 by now, but every one of those other teams you're like, yeah, okay, they're 0-2. That makes sense. It doesn't make sense for
Exactly.
the Baltimore Ravens and the Bengals,
Agreed. At bare minimum, they should be 1-1.
especially given the Bengals opened up with the Patriots. And,
Who everybody in mainstream media and everybody in the content creator world had them going dead last in the division because nobody believed in Mayo, and look at what happened. Look at what happened. Telling you crazy. So which one of these records is most surprising? You got the Saints at 2-0, Bucks 2-0, Vikings 2-0, and then you have the 0-2 Bengals, 0-2 Ravens.
I'm probably the most surprised out of the Vikings there at 2-0.
Really? Why? Because of Darnold?
Yeah, and they had Darnold and also a rookie. I mean, they weren't really expected to be ready to go quite yet this year. Brian Flores' defense is rock solid.
Mm. Did you
With
see Baby Thor? Baby Thor is loving his life over there with Minnesota.
mm,
He was born for that team. I'm telling you.
mm-hmm.
And I mean, let's take a look at it. The AFC North right now. I'm a little bit shocked because again, Bengals. It was a toss up between who's going to end up taking the division, and I think it was a overall consensus that the Ravens would take the division, and Bengals will probably go into wild card. But nobody saw the Steelers doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? And then you have um the Vikings. I mean, granted, Lions are a playoff team. Packers are a playoff team. Bears, we knew they were going to be bums. But I didn't see Vikings being this good this quickly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't know what to expect. Mostly, we didn't know what to expect with Sam Darnold. That's where I get into this one. We didn't know what to expect with him. Not even a little bit. So I would say I kind of have to agree with you. The other one that I would have to be like, I could see this for Baker, but for Derek Carr, that one was more like on the winning side. Like,
The way
and,
that they're winning, yeah,
and
I
that's
would
the thing
definitely
that's getting
agree.
me like,
I
holy
mean, you don't expect
smokes.
Derek Carr to just be lighting it up like that. Even when he was in a good part of his career, he wasn't lighting it up like that.
It's like everything's clicking for the Saints right now. Everything's clicking for the Saints. For me, it's looking good. What's up, Jose? Bengals Ravens just don't want to play at home during the playoffs.
That
That's
might
funny.
be true.
Yeah, I was
I
looking
used
forward
to
to
say
seeing
that about
Vikings rookie
Tannehill.
QB.
I used to think that Tannehill's wife wouldn't let him be away for Christmas. Like some of
That's
the
funny.
ways that, like that one year when we only had to get one win out of three, and one of them was the worst team in the league, and we still lost all three. It was like, and missed the playoffs. It was like, is Mrs. Tannehill like forbidding him to be away for Christmas or something? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, Rafael says I was looking forward to seeing the Vikings rookie QB versus Jaden Daniel, right? Jaden Daniel versus Caleb Williams.
And
Yeah,
oh, by the way, and the one playoffs that Tannehill led us to, he couldn't even play in. So again, he wasn't away for Christmas. It wasn't until he got to Tennessee that he was allowed to go away for the holidays.
that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, I thought those two things were very interesting, man. Like seeing which ones kind of like got you the most. So after 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, we have all of these teams who are currently undefeated. They are currently 2-0. You got the
I hate
Bills,
Buffalo.
you got the Steelers, you got the
So
Texans, you got
lucky.
the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Vikings, the Saints, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Seattle Seahawks. So this is very interesting. I'd love to see how it'll look like week 3. You know what I mean? My question to you is: who's most likely to continue this trend, in your
KC.
opinion? Really?
Well, they're in that spot now where it's like if they have a bad day, they're finding a way to win. I mean,
Agreed. And they're playing the
they have a
the
chance to do the deed
Fangles,
this year.
the Falcons. They're playing the Falcons today. I mean, this week. So very good likelihood of them being able to do that. So I see what you mean by that. What's the second team you think that might be able to continue that?
Uh, I ain't gonna say the one I'm thinking. No, the Saints because
You can say the
they.
Bills.
No, I'm gonna say the Saints because they have a lot of points that defenses need to start stopping before they start losing anytime soon. You know what I mean?
They're
So,
playing the
I
Eagles
mean,
at
even if
home,
they have a
though.
bad game, Ms. Phins, what are they still scoring 30 points? You know?
They're playing the Eagles at home.
Well, that's going to be the measure right there. That's going to be the litmus right there. How real
So
have
they're
these
not
wins been?
pretenders. Yeah.
You know?
That'll be there. Are we pretenders or are we seriously contending for this
Because
division?
right, because if you're putting 40 on some of the mediocre teams, then you should be able to put
At
30
least
on the
30. Yeah.
Eagles.
30.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And if you take a look at the Bucks, they're playing the Broncos. I think the Broncos, this should be a very, and they're at home. This should be a very winnable game for them to continue that. So I would say Saints, Chiefs, and Bucks are probably the ones that should be able to continue. Right now the Vikings are playing the Texans. That's gonna be a tough order in my opinion. Seahawks.
Ooh, Vikings
Hopefully
and
they don't
Texans. That
continue
that ought to
this.
be a good one.
The what?
The Vikings and Texans ought to be a good one.
Oh, that should be a really good game. So that'll break that tiebreaker either way.
And
And then
Flores will be teaching the kid a lesson. What do you
absolutely, and
think?
it's Steelers versus the Chargers. That's another one that will break that one up as
Hmm.
well. So that'll be very interesting too. And I think it'll be a good litmus test, like you were saying, for these teams. And then obviously, Bills are playing. Look at the players.
Not the group I'd expect to be the undefeated
Yeah,
group after week
right.
2, other than KC, you know.
Yeah. Bills are playing Jaguars, and they've always had an issue with them. So we gotta see. It should be an easy win for them. So there you have it.
Oh, that's right. The Jags match up really well with them.
Exactly. These are the Super Bowl odds, ladies and gentlemen, after week 2. Obviously the best team, right? This means this is the best team.
Oh, we're
Kansas
only at
City
50-1. Oh, cool.
Dolphins. Yeah, I guess.
It's only 50-1, people. That's not bad.
It's
You
not
know.
bad. Unreal that but we play so bad, man. Look at this. Look at this. How on earth do they still have the Patriots on there and they I think play better than we did? But hey, they know what they're talking about. So that's the Super Bowl odds coming up. Now let's go ahead and get into this week's schedule, ladies and gentlemen. Boom! We got a Thursday night game, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome to week 3 of the NFL.
Brr, brr, brr,
Schedule.
brr. See, yours actually sounds like the real one. Like we could get a sound bite and use yours instead of the real one.
Yeah. You remember that
And
guy from
your
Police
sheet
Academy?
is right on time. Your sheet is perfect. You know,
That one?
yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been years.
It's called an sheet.
That's what it's called?
No, I just made that up.
Oh, boots and boots and boots and boots and boots, boots. No, they say boots and boots. I'm like, that's what they're saying? Because I'll never knew that. But let's go ahead and get them started, ladies and gentlemen. Patriots,
Yeah, you're
Jets,
right. That is what they're saying.
8:15. Who you got?
Yeah, I got the Jets. I think the Jets are going to absolutely stomp a mud hole in the Patriots Thursday night. I think Aaron
Jets.
Rodgers has tasted victory, and that's all a guy like him needs. And I think the Patriots are
Victories.
going to be brought back down to earth by the high flying Jets this week. I know they're
You
not
know
really
what?
high flying, but you know,
I'm gonna go Patriots. This is for my daddy. Because I still believe I think it's something special that we're seeing from the Patriots right now that it's gonna stay under the radar. I'm going Patriots. 8:15 Thursday, short week. Um, yeah, I think Mayo definitely has something to prove. And to your point, I know it's gonna be a tall order, but I think that the Patriots can make it happen. What's your score? What's your score, sir?
6-3. No, I'm just kidding.
Beautiful.
After I just went on that soliloquy, uh, I don't know, like 28-24. I think the Patriots do make it tough, but ultimately Aaron Rodgers just is Aaron Rodgers, and
I think he's
it's
overrated, but that's just me.
but it's going to be
So
lopsided in the like the Patriots are going to find ways to score, but it's going to look lopsided. The Jets are going to stomp a mud hole in them.
okay, cool.
They're
Then
just
we've
not going to be
got
able to score like they want.
my
You know what I
score. I
mean?
actually think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I'm going 17-13 Patriots.
All right, all right.
Let's get her done. Okay, next game. We has the 1 o'clock games. I don't know if I want to go this way or if I want to go with oh actually it's the same. Okay. The Giants versus the Browns. 1 o'clock. Who do you got?
Browns
Browns.
30-10.
Okay. No time needed to waste. Got it. I think that New York is a hot
Well, I
mess
could
too.
talk myself into an upset, but I don't want to do that with the G-men.
30-10. I'm with you. I don't think it's gonna be that much of a blowout, but I am picking the Browns. I would say more 24-16. They still get points, but I don't foresee actually that might be a little bit too many points because I'm thinking sure, just and 13. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna stick to
Yeah. Okay.
24-16.
All right. Cool.
Okay, whatever.
Good
Next
talk, Miss
game.
Phins. We worked it out.
We did.
We worked out the
That's
math and all
we
the
did.
science.
The math is mathing now. Silly Billy. Okay, we got the Bears, Colts. Who do you have?
Bears and Colts. You didn't. We are off order, right? You didn't skip over the
Okay,
Packers
so
Titans.
see, so for me, I was gonna say Packers Titans because that's usually where we go. So I'm gonna say it, but y'all are gonna be seeing it over here, ladies and gentlemen. But the way it goes on ESPN, because that's what we go
Oh,
by,
it's
we'll go
side to
Packers
side. I
Titans.
got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah. So Packers Titans. Who do you got? Gotta go Packers, man.
Mm,
I gotta go Packers. I know that they're with their backup, but I think the team has enough to do it. I do not trust the head coach for the Titans, and Will Levis is looking like he's faulting. So yeah, I'm going Packers. 21-12.
um, I'm gonna go Packers.
Okay. Score?
24-17.
Okay. Get out the way. Color is coming through.
And I
Him
don't
and
like
his
it.
crew. You don't like it? Why not?
No, I just don't.
Well, you think you're gonna be wrong? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think Will Levis probably got the message last week and might have a good game.
I just don't trust it yet. I'm gonna have to see a little bit more from him.
Hmm.
Next game, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Bears at Colts. Before you answer Bears at Colts, sir, I put up. I got something to show you. Is it this one? Nope, that's a Dolphins. Nope, that ain't it. No, nope. Sorry, ladies and gents. Nope. Well, that's the one we're dealing with now. Is it this one? No. No. There was one. Oh, let me see if I can find it. It was the Caleb Williams and CJ Strauss. What did you think about, or did you even hear about? Here it is. That's what I'm going to show you. Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud. What did you think about their embrace at the end? Or did you even see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
What did you think about the embrace? And did you think anything like what did you think about CJ saying it and Williams's reaction?
Well, I mean, the guy's only in his second year. I would probably have felt a little some kind of way too. Just saying.
You think
Like it's
so?
enough to just say a couple words, but to actually pull me back and be like, "Nah, listen to me." Like, bro, you're not like, you're not my sensei. You know what I mean? You're you still got work to do too, dude. You know?
He did take his team as a rookie, won his division, and
Yeah,
also made it to
okay.
the playoff and
So
won a
he's a
playoff game.
so
So he
he's an
has
elder
experience as a
statesman.
rookie.
So he's an elder
No, but
statesman
he's a
now.
rookie who has experience, though.
Oh
I'm not
gosh.
just gonna
Yeah,
pretend like he's
right,
not.
right,
If
right.
he
And if
was
I
a
was
bum,
Caleb,
if this was Bryce Young, then I
if
could
it,
understand what you're saying.
but if
I would
I
have
was
been like,
Caleb Williams, I'd be like, "Yo, if I'd have come out of college a little early, I'd be right where you're at." So, like, I don't know. It
but he
seemed a
didn't.
little condescending to me, but that's just
No,
me.
I don't think it was condescending at all. I thought that it was. I mean, hey, he's
Not
just
his
trying to tell you.
place, I guess. I don't know. It's just,
Okay, well, you know what? Some people do agree with you, and that's why I wanted to have this conversation. Some people believe that he didn't need to say all that to him. He's not supposed to be happy after him losing a game, which I get
I
that.
mean, if it was Patrick Mahomes doing, I'd be like, all right. But bro, you just got here too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know,
But
man.
I don't know. I think I'm seeing bust all over this young man. Bust, bust, bust. Be appreciative, I because CJ Stroud doesn't give me the vibes of him being somebody who's I don't know condescending like that. Like I think he generally does care. He to me is a baby dog. Like he. He's growing into his man dog version. I don't know how to put that, to be honest with you. I think he's a dog. He's just a junior dog. You know what I mean? Until he gets a little bit more years under his belt where he's like, okay, now now I'm a little bet. Now I'm a little more of a bet, but I'm still a dog. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like I totally butchered that.
Yeah, I just think it was premature on CJ Stroud's part. That's all. I'm,
All right.
it's a little
All
early
right,
to
and
be confronting Caleb that way. Like if it was, you know, I don't know,
yeah,
a little
yeah.
early. That's all.
That's why I was like, you know what? Let me at least, see what Color's got to
Like,
say.
what if the guy doesn't win another game and turns out to be a bust? Like, it's just a little early. You know, a little early to be offering your Dunning Kruger wisdom to the next rookie coming in. You know what I mean?
Well, we got Bears at Colts. Bears are 1-1. Colts are 0-2. But Colts are at home. What do you got?
I just take the easy one here. I'd like to think the Bears could get this win, and I know the Colts have been struggling. The Bears have a win under their belt, but that may just make the Colts even hungrier.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'll go with the Colts here, 21-20.
Okay. Colts.
And I expect Anthony Richardson to be definitely telling Caleb Williams after the game, uh, don't worry about it, bro. We all been there. We all had to go through the trials and tribulations of the NFL. You'll come out on the other side. Don't worry, man. I've only been here a year myself, but you'll be all right.
If Bryce Young said it, then I would have been like, okay, please. But Anthony Richardson doesn't have the same pool, man. He was injured his rookie season. At least he just tried again, led his team to a divisional win. To win his division, and then a playoff win in the wild card, and actually had a pretty decent game, even though he semi got destroyed in that second playoff game. But he was still there. Still stood his ground. You know what I mean? What's up, Color? Great chemistry with you too. Thanks.
Oh,
Appreciate you.
thank you, True Blazer. Appreciate
Really,
that.
really appreciate that. Texas only scored 19 on the Bears defense. Uh, tis true. Tis true. I actually, I am of the thought that I really want to pick the Colts because I think Anthony Richardson does have something to prove. So does Jonathan Taylor at this point. I don't think it's gonna be a big scoring game, but I do see some points being put up. I'm gonna go 23-18 Colts.
So a similar game script, it sounds like.
Shoot.
Yeah, I had 21-20. That's about
Yeah,
similar game.
very similar. I just the thing is I don't see the Colts going 0-3. I don't. It's absolutely a possibility. Maybe Caleb Williams really takes to heart what he learned from his superior, and and this time he's able to apply that. And
I mean, that might put a chip on his shoulder. You never know,
you never know.
How
I
dare
almost
that
feel like,
kid tell me that? For all we
yeah.
know, Caleb is older than he is.
Actually, now I gotta look it up. Jeez, Caleb.
Skyler's older than both of them.
Yeah, Skyler's 23, 26. What is he? He is. Oh, I'm almost at 23. 22 years old. Okay, so Caleb Williams is 22, and then CJ Stroud is. You're not gonna believe me when I say this, bro. Uh, Caleb Williams. Sorry, CJ Stroud is exactly a month and a half older than
Oh boy.
Caleb Williams.
Oh boy. Thank you, Grandpa. Appreciate the advice, Grandpa.
Oh man, like that. Oh wow,
Now
that's
you can see
hilarious.
why it might have been a little insulting to Caleb Williams.
Bro, you're a month older than me. What are you talking about?
Right, like,
Yeah,
what
but
could
he's
you have figured
but
out in a whole 'nother month that I haven't figured out, you know?
well, I mean, he's been playing in the league for a year more than him, so he's got that year under his belt. And if I had to come and pick, am I gonna get a brand new quarterback or am I gonna get a quarterback that has at least a year of experience? I'm taking the guy that
Uh,
has a NFL experience.
so am
But
I, but I'm not, if somebody gave me that advice, I wouldn't take it just because 'cause they're a month older than I am.
mm, I didn't think it was gonna be that close. October 3rd to November 18th. That's literally a month and a half older. Oh, then Caleb Williams. I can't. That's hilarious, people.
If
Okay.
anything, it means that Caleb stayed in college longer and matured more. Or
I
maybe he
guess.
just got held back in kindergarten. I don't know.
No, I just don't trust. I don't trust him. I think he's gonna be a bust. Next game, Texans Vikings. This is a good one, Culler. This is the good one. What up, everybody and Bills? Welcome. This is the good one, Culler. What do we
I'm
got? What do we
surprised
got?
the consensus is so lopsided.
It's on the Texans, isn't it?
Oh yeah, like 70 something percent.
I'm taking the
71.
Vikings.
Me
I'm
too.
taking the Vikings. Defense, defense, defense. You know me and
It's a
defense.
total trap for the
And
Texans right here.
absolutely. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. They have what? I know Jaden Daniel is the rookie, but Sam Darnold is figuring this offense out. I think he's gonna put up some points. So I'm thinking
Pretty nice when you got a wide receiver with glue on their hands.
facts. I think the Texans will also put up points, but I'm thinking it's gonna be more like a 30. 30. Let me not lie. Mm, think Tunier. And for 27 to 21. 27-21. I think that on a game winning drive, the Texans will have the ball to try to tie the game. But unfortunately that Flores defense will hunker down. So that's where
Skull
I'm at.
Nation is heating up, Miss Phins. I think
Yeah.
Flores' defense is going to score twice
Oof,
on their
oof,
way
oof.
to a 34-20 victory over the Texans.
I don't know about that, but
It's going to be a bad day for the Texans. It's
oof.
going to be one of those days that they're like, this was just a bad day.
Texans honestly haven't looked good. Yeah. Jose said, Miss Fins, Caleb Williams is adjusting to NFL speed, but he's more gifted than Stroud. Until I see it. Until I see it. Then we got Eagles Saints. 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 Nick Sirianni. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't think they should fire him. Let me just put that out there. But I think that right now they need to figure themselves out. And his offense being figured out like the Dolphins? Because that could also be it. Did they not miss? Didn't they go 1-2 in the tush push? It's because they don't have Jason Kelsey. That's why. As the center, he was that driving force for that O line. I'm going Saints, and actually, I can't deny 35-23 Saints.
Oh, ye of little faith. I'm going with the Saints again, and I'm going with a third 40 burger in a row. I ain't playing. I ain't no. I got the
40.
faith. I'm a believer.
I
Who that?
picked the Saints. What you talking
Who
about?
that? He had a 30 something points. Come on.
35. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
27.
going 45.
35-23. Sorry.
I'm going 45-24 Saints.
Zero defense played in this team in this game. Got it. Oh, this is the average game for defensive end D Hunter. We gotta see, man. Okay, then we got the Chargers at Pittsburgh. This is a great game. Harbaugh versus
50-50 on the consensus.
because this is a pick a side, head or tails, click. I mean, to me, these two are very comparable
Yeah.
teams, and
Tomlin versus
and
Harbaugh.
and of course, I know it's really gonna be the matchup of the coaches. At the end of the day, they're gonna be playing chess on that field. This is actually one of the games that do we play at 1 o'clock or do we play at 4? We play at 4, don't we?
Likely 4.
Thank God, because this is the game I want to watch. There's two games I want to watch: Texans Vikings and Chargers Steelers. Because if Harbaugh puts this thing together, man, this is the resurgence of the Chargers team being a legitimate team. Because that Steelers defense has always been beast. This is hard for me, but I can't go against my brother. And they're at home. They're 1.5, 1.5 point favorites. That means this is practically an even game. They're saying this is going to be more of a defensive game, and I agree 100%. I'm going 17-13 Steelers. There's just no way. I don't see no more points than that. This is going to be an absolute defensive battle. Who do you
You said
have?
17-13.
Hmm.
I'll go 18-14. Steelers.
Billy.
I price is
Billy,
righted you.
you really did. That's hilarious. And you still taking the Steelers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you agree with my assessment?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree too. Not because I said it, because like I believe in what I said. So then we got Broncos at Buccaneers. Do we even have to say it?
No.
Okay. Buccaneers.
28-17.
Okay. 28-17 Bucks. And then I have the Bucks, but actually I think it's gonna be a little bit better for them. Offensively speaking, I'm actually going. This is gonna be one of them 30 burgers for him. I'm going 35-10. 35-10 bucks. That's what I'm feeling. What up, Bash? Hey, welcome, buddy. Guys, hit that like button. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. And if you're watching on Twitter and Twitch, I appreciate all of you guys watching on Twitter and Twitch. We need you. We're trying to get to real quick before we go back. We're trying to get to 1,500, guys. We only need 100 more subs, and we could only do that with you guys. Congrats to the channel. You guys have helped us get to 1,400. Now we need to get that extra 100 because the goal is to get to 2,000 by the end of the season, and we can do it. I believe in us. We can do it, but we can only do it if we can take this and get it going, guys. So if you can help us out with we need 100 more. If you can tell at least 5 of your coworkers, friends, family members, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, to tell one of their grandparents, take their phones, go and subscribe on their YouTube, and then give the phone back, but don't let them know that you subscribed. Or let them know. I don't know. But yes, guys, if you got a friend that loves the Dolphins, if you got a friend that loves football, period, definitely this is the channel to go. Appreciate you guys for helping us getting to 1,500 subs. Let's continue, Culler. And then we got Titans Packers. Oh, no, we don't. We got, wait, did we not? Did we not? Oh, we already did the Titans Packers. My bad. That was that game. Now we get to go to the 4 o'clock games. Boom. Boom. Okay, whatever. We got Panthers Raiders at 4:05, ladies and gentlemen. I am going with Panthers. I think that by making the move of quarterback and
Man.
making Bryce
Thievery.
Young.
Thievery.
Shut up. You were not going with the Panthers.
I was.
Okay, good. Because I really want to go to the Raiders. I'm gonna let you handle the Panthers. I got the Raiders. I think
Well, you're backing
Minshew's gonna
out.
be.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I have zero faith in the Panthers whatsoever. I was just trying to hype them up, but this is my problem with them. You got your rookie quarterback who clearly needs more time to figure things out. I think it was a little bit too early for them to bench him already. Week two, like what or week three? What are we doing? Like you got to get your guy out there to get those lumps off and go through the battles. That's how he ends up getting better. You're not going to expect him to be good at all if he can't even get through, adversity. So for me, I got the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to go ahead and put up points. The only issue I have with the Raiders um, is I still don't know how that offense fully is going to look. Now, I think Devontae Adams is going to be trying to showcase to the world he's still a top 3 wide receiver. And to me, I think he's going to ball out. I can totally see him having two touchdowns. Um, but for me, I think the Raiders are in the best position to be able to win this game, and they're at home, so I give them that extra leg up. And they got Max Crosby, one of my favorite defensive players, period, with obviously Christian Wilkins. I like to see that defense is able to dominate as they should. This team should be able to put up points, so I'm going Raiders 31. I think Minshew is able to go ahead and get several scores. I think their defense is gonna get at least a score. And then I think they might even be able to get a one on the ground. So 31-6.
Brutal.
Very.
I'm going 28-10 Panthers. I think that coach has been chomping at the bit to get a real quarterback to game plan with. Andy Dalton knows how to win an NFL football game.
I love Andy Dalton.
And I think Minshew's going to try his best to backyard it and all that, but they're just not going to be able to make it work. And they're going to be frustrated all day. Yeah, 30. I go 31-10 Panthers. Same sentiment as Joe.
What's up, Joe? Welcome. I don't know. It is Andy Dalton. I love Andy Dalton. Period. Him and Alcha Cinco. I love that our QB wide receiver duo. But Andy Dalton just got there, though.
I know.
So I still got to give it up. But you know what? You did make me think. Maybe I'm giving a little too much to the Raiders offense, so I'm gonna peel back. I'm gonna peel back. I'm gonna go 17-10. I am. I'm peeling back because you do bring up a point. He's got plenty of experience. He's got a full week of getting implemented into this, and feeling that's who I've been dying to see do something.
Look at hooked up, Joe.
Well,
thanks, Joe.
that's
You're
hilarious.
making me feel better now.
Feeling right now is dying to get some
Miss
touches.
Phins, according to Joe, alcohol is involved in my decision as well.
Oh, that's hilarious. Guys, hit that like button for us. Hit that like button. And you guys give us your score predictions too of the games. What are you thinking? From these games as well. Next game.
Yeah, where's Michelle at? Did she have a bad week or something?
I know she lacking,
Not
yo.
showing
She
her face.
lacking.
What's going on?
Oh, you saying Michelle is running?
I don't know.
Running. She
might
Michelle
be busy
is,
tonight.
yeah, she probably is. We got Lions at Cardinals, and this is a tough one for me because I love Dan Campbell. I love that team. Jahmyr Gibbs. This is the if I'm gonna be fair, I'd rather be watching this game than our own Dolphins game. I'm just keeping it 100. I think this is gonna be an explosive game. I see this being a high scoring game. I got it 35-31 for the winner, but I'm not gonna tell you who just yet.
Man, I'd like to believe that Detroit will get back on track with this one. But Arizona is a dry place to play. They better be ready with their water because they're used to playing in the dome. And this is going to be one of the few games that the Lions have to play outside of the dome. So I think they may make every effort into focusing on it. Ooh.
It's hard to pick this one.
How's Amon doing? Amon looked like he was a little banged up last week.
Yeah, he's still a little banged up, but I trust that offense.
I
The
trust their
issues
defense too.
yeah, the issue is the defense with these two teams because they can put up points. They both can put up points. The defenses
20,
can the defenses stop each other?
20 33-31 Lions.
Get the heck out of here! I'm not even touching my stuff. I'm not even nothing. I literally put lines before you even said that. I'm being super. You know me. And I mean, I could show y'all so y'all can see it. Yeah, I had lines 35-31. And the only reason because I feel like the Lions are a more complete team than the Cardinals. The Cardinals are kind of putting everything together. I think by the end of the year they're going to be absolutely deadly, barring injuries, and next year they're going to be even better. So yeah, that's interesting. We both got Lions. We're gonna see who's right on this one. Then we got what's the overall ending? What's the overall consensus out there?
Right now it looks like most people are favoring the Lions 73%.
Now I will tell you this: if I had to pick an upset, this is it. This is the one game that that to me it would be an upset.
Yeah, the
Right here.
Cardinals might make it to my underdog parlay. I have to definitely consider that one.
I think they're a great candidate for it. Great candidate. So you see that at 425, guys. Then we got the Ravens at Dallas. Two teams that have been struggling, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you got?
And both of these teams desperately need to win this game.
This is the battle of the thirsties.
I know it's only 2 games in, but given what's happened the last couple of weeks, especially last week with Dallas and the Ravens not gotten a win at all yet, both of these teams desperately need a win.
You have to
To save
understand,
face to their fans, you know what I mean?
where we're coming from. We can kind of already tell based on how our team is what do you call it? How our team is doing. Why double stack pizza? Sorry, I shouldn't have read that out loud. Yeah. Now I'm thinking about pizza. I'm so sorry, guys. Give me a second. I'm trying to get to my channel real quick, just so I can see you guys' comments. Where is it? Channel. There it is. Let's go, guys. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the like button.
Brr, 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 brr.
Lions got a better QB and defense. That's the thing. They're a more complete team. You know what I mean? I feel like Cardinals are in that like baby stage, but they got great pieces. They put that and mesh that together, and that quarterback doesn't out coaches himself. You have got a really good team in the making. This one, Hector just says Baltimore versus Dallas, the struggle bowl. For real. They are both thirsty for a win. Ravens 24-23. Nail biter. Okay, says Raphael. I got Dallas. Let Baltimore continue tanking. Oof. I don't know. Dallas has a higher paid QB. Have to go with them. And with that sense, ladies and gentlemen, I'm picking the Ravens. And this is why. And you guys can go ahead and let me know what you guys think. But this is my personal reason why I say the Ravens. To your point, a lot that somebody, like people are not realizing. Jim Harbaugh right now is being destroyed by his little brother who just got back into the league, has his quarterback and this team complete culture change. And I'm talking old school football. I'm actually very giddy about the Chargers right now. I think this was the right head coach for the right quarterback in the right system with the great defensive pieces that they have. And being that John Harbaugh is a defensive coach who is very good with young QBs because he's got that balance to him as a coach. Jim Harbaugh can't come to the family dinners and be like, yeah, I'm 0-3. Is that like that's just not it, ladies and gentlemen. And not only that, I actually think that you're gonna see something out of this offense because right now people are trying to claim that Lamar doesn't have pieces. Yes, he does. He's got Safe Flowers. He's got Isaiah Likely. Mark Andrews is still there, even though Mark Andrews is kind of falling off a little bit, at least in the first two games. Hopefully, he'll do better in this one. But he's got pieces. Bateman, nobody trusts Bateman. Bateman doesn't trust Bateman. But at least I think in his second year, I don't see a sophomore a slump for him as a wide receiver. I think, but again, he's gonna have to gain that confidence, continue to progress. Um, so yeah, I'm taking the Ravens, and I actually think this is gonna be a very interesting game. A lot of people are gonna put this like in the 30s, but actually, I don't have this game being in the 30s. I think this is gonna be in the 20s kind of game because of the desperation of both teams. So I'm going Ravens, and I actually think it's going to be more 27 to um 23. I think, and I'm going to go with kind of like how I talked about the Texans game. I think the Cowboys will have the opportunity. Dak will have the opportunity at the end of the game, 2-minute drill, but unfortunately they come up short in that sense because they'll need that touchdown versus just a kick. So there you have it. That is my Ravens prediction, ladies and gentlemen, 27-23. Culler, you give us your prediction, sir.
Same score, and I think Dallas Cowboys take this one, and the Ravens continue. I'm not sure. I'm not sure Lamar's ever started 0-3.
No, I
But
don't
I
recall
just
him
think
ever.
I honestly think there's something going on there that's not gelling properly, and I don't think they fix it this week.
You think so? Look at
Yeah,
what Jose is saying. They got a tough three
I
games.
know, I
They
know.
got Cowboys, then they got the Bengals, then they got Buffalo.
And losing to the Cowboys and going 0-3 is going to make it that much tougher.
Exactly, which is why I don't see them. This is a must win for them in the sense of gaining momentum to go into the and battling these two upcoming games.
Unfortunately, Dallas's defense has the capability and pieces to shut down what
I
the Ravens do.
I didn't say they didn't.
No, I'm just
And
saying
yeah.
that's my key to the game there.
And that's why I don't put this game because a lot of people, oh, this is gonna be an offensive game. It's gonna be 42-40 or 37-35. Like, no, I don't see it that high in scoring. I think it's gonna be in the 20s. It's still gonna be
I think
methodical. Both quarterbacks will be able to move the ball, but
I think Dak's just
ultimately,
going to have one of those games where he just keeps pushing and keeps working,
mm,
and it's enough to get
mm,
the dub.
mm,
You're gonna
I'm doing
see
a little
you're gonna
hip
see
thingy
that
he does.
you're gonna see that typical. Whenever Dak's having a good game, you can always tell because he's got sweat dripping off his chin because he's actually putting his head into it. You know what I mean? And the guy sweats a
Oh,
lot when he's thinking. I noticed.
okay. Even the Ravens kick our butt more often, I still want to see Lamar's mama to be happy. Ah,
I mean, I want the Ravens to
yeah.
win. I'm definitely pulling for the Ravens. I just don't think they're going to get it done. I
I
think
think
Dallas is going to get off the snide here.
this comment right here tells you everything you need to know. Imagine Baltimore 0-5. That would be insane
Not going to be good for his narrative, that's for sure. It ain't good.
with a
Look,
healthy
I can only
Lamar.
I can only defend the guy so far, so that's gonna be bad for him
Oof, that would be
if
awful
that's
for
how it
him.
rolls. There's not
Awful.
gonna be too many allies left in his camp.
Nope. I think Henry goes for over 100 for first time. Well, I don't know. Because I think that in the passing game, that Cowboys are better at passing defense than they are run defense.
And
But
on
they
top of that, Jose, consider this. What if we end up putting Tyler Huntley in at some point and he rips off 9 wins in a row and wins a playoff game for us, like decisively? Then you really have to start looking at Lamar cross-eyed. You know what I mean? Like,
uh, that's funny, ladies and gentlemen. Next game, 4 o'clock game. Before we head into the night, Sunday night, and then our two double-headed Monday night uh battles over there. We've got the San Francisco 49ers going to the LA Rams. That's literally in state. So it's not a far commute. I think that the Rams are in shambles. Right now, if I'm not mistaken, Cooper Cup is going to be out for several weeks, but he won't be put into IR.
oh yeah, they're cooked.
And they got Puka Nakua, who's also injured. And on top of that, too, for kickers, the rumor mill's already started, and I've seen actual main media components say Matthew Stafford is in the trading block.
Oh, you
He
don't
is.
say. You don't say.
Yes, I do.
You don't say, Miss
Yes, I do, sir.
Phins.
I'm saying it. Did you not hear me? I say it. Yeah. This and
Wow, can you imagine that? That just increased the reasons why our team needs to show up this week and do the best they can to get as many wins out of these 4 games as they can, because even if it ain't Tua coming back, it could be a guy like Stafford coming. I mean, you got to set the table.
yeah, that I mean, I'm not gonna lie. No. This is what stupid media said. It would be. This is what they said. 3-way, 3-team, and guys, you're gonna have to give us a minute here because I gotta break this down for you guys. It will be a 3-team trade between us, the Panthers, and the Rams. The Panthers get our second and the Rams third, I think. We get Bryce Young, and then they get Matthew Stafford. Get the. Or no, my apologies. We get Matthew Stafford, and then Rams get Bryce Young. In a
Which
team,
is
a
perfect for
3-team
them
trade.
because they can continue the tank without Matt Stafford.
Yeah, and his contract, which by next year it'll be only $4 million. LA has already eaten all his cap. So yeah, that's what I heard today. I was like, man, these people really are reaching. But I'm not even surprised, to be honest with you. I really am not surprised to be hearing this whatsoever. Raphael says no. I'm sorry, but I don't want. I do not, and I put this on that thingy. I even wrote it, and I said the Miami Dolphins do not want any Alabama quarterbacks. We have filled our quota, and we are satisfied. Thank you. Have a great day. That's literally what I tweeted because I was
Well,
like,
Miss
absolutely
Phins,
not.
walk with me for a second.
No, I'm not. I just left you. If you're about to say we should get Bryce Young, I am
But
literally.
but the
Mm-mm.
swans look lovely in the garden. You don't want to walk with me for a second?
Go ahead, Culler.
One of the things I noticed when Carolina was here last year. Because remember, we kind of struggled in the beginning of the game,
Hmm.
and Carolina was
We were down by
moving.
14. Yeah.
Yeah, Carolina was moving the ball fairly well. And one of the things I noticed that I complimented Bryce Young for was his ability to stand in the pocket.
Do you want to murder the man?
I mean, he has a really good ability of standing in there and hanging in and getting that ball out, at the last second. Like, I noticed that. I know he's a puny guy, probably not wise for him to stand in the pocket, but he does stand in it fairly well and deliver. I honestly think their coaching, their organization is just eh.
Horrible.
Now, do I think that we need to go get Bryce Young and bring him right in and make him the starter and treat him like Tua and all that? No, not at this point. He lost that. He lost that privilege. Even as a first round pick, he's lost that privilege when you get basically benched by your team and whatever else. You don't get to come in and be the prince. But if we were to bring him in because it was not hard for us to do, and Mike McDaniel worked with him, and this and that and the other, you could see a different Bryce Young. Not
Yeah,
saying it
we
would
can
be
see that
worth
too
it.
with
I'm
the
not saying it would
Rams.
be anything. I'm just saying that you could see a different one.
We could see it with the Rams that he can happily go to the Rams and do that.
That's true too. And one of
I
the
just don't
things
want him
about the
near
Rams and us
my
and
stadium.
these Shanahan type guys is, again, the West Coast philosophy is to, basically draw out the best of a given person's abilities. So one thing's for certain, Bryce Young may never be good enough, but if he gets with a guy like McVay or a guy like McDaniel or whoever, then you're going to at least see the best he can possibly be. And that may not be enough, but it'll at least be the most squeeze you can get out of the lemon. Sort
Mm,
of like we did with Tua here. We got the most squeeze you're going to get out of that guy.
mm. Yeah, we've met our quota for the lifetime of the Miami Dolphins' existence when it comes to Alabama quarterbacks. So we are satisfied and have met that quota and are no longer seeking nor even entertaining offers for any Alabama quarterbacks. Just
See, we
saying.
squeeze so much out of Tua, we're over here like sucking on the lemon peels, trying to get as much little as we can left.
37-10, 49ers for me. Who do you got?
I got the Niners here. 59-36. No, I'm kidding. That's what their average, that's what their total score was, total points were when the 49ers swept them a couple of seasons ago. I don't know, I'll go like 34 to 17.
Okay.
Is Matt Stafford or not, he ain't gonna run the ball across the goal line himself that many times. So
Is true. Then we got the Chiefs Sunday Night Football versus Atlanta. This one, yeah, I don't know. Kirko Chain is looking good, man. B. John is looking good. That Atlanta team. What do you think? Who you got?
definitely going on my underdog parlay here. Atlanta's solid right now. They're playing solid football and they're getting wins. Yeah, they don't look great. Kirk Cousins is the regular season stable quarterback, and hey, he even got himself a primetime win on Monday night finally and a comeback win. Do you believe that? What kind of world are we living in? Kirk
Listen,
Cousins, of all people.
hey, he has broken that monkey off his back,
Man, he
and that
wants this
narrative
case
can.
so bad he can. He's dripping
Another,
with
can we go back to
anticipation for
back
this
weeks?
game.
Back to back weeks.
Yep, and to show the world that he can compete with the likes of the GOAT, all I picture is Kirk Cousins in the locker room at the end of that game. You like that? Oh, that's all I can picture, man. In Atlanta, come Sunday evening.
Okay,
So I'm gonna go with Atlanta here as my upset of the week,
love it.
next to the Panthers, obviously. But
Uh-huh.
this is that they are definitely going on my underdog parlay. 9% of the people agree with me. And so yeah, I'm going with the Falcons. It's gonna be a slobber knocker. It's gonna be a close game. The refs are gonna try to steal it. Taylor Swift's gonna try to smooge it. All of that stuff. But this ain't Kansas City. This is Hotlanta. And
Welcome to
Hotlanta's
Atlanta,
got
where the
its own
players
Hotlanta
play.
got
Hey,
Hotlanta has its own atmosphere.
Kirko
So
Chains is
yeah,
coming out.
I'm going Atlanta 28-27.
That's so funny.
Patrick Mahomes fails to get a game-winning 2-point conversion.
And it's so funny because I got it Kansas City 24-23. I literally, while you were talking and saying your soliloquy, I was like, yep, I see this, I see this, I see this.
Now you know we're being total fools here. You know dang well come Monday we're gonna be like, what were we thinking? Should have just went with the safe pick, the Chiefs.
Yeah, I
Nobody
know.
beats the Chiefs in prime time. We know.
Look, Rafael says Kansas City got to knock that win taste out of the Falcons.
Yep. See, Raph, that's Raph's statement is what made me backpedal a little bit. It's like, all right, yeah, probably Chiefs are probably just gonna win. Yeah.
Yeah, 34-17 Kansas City. Hey, it's solid. I still think it's going to be a close game, but I don't think it's going to be that high. 24-23 KC. You got Falcons 28-27. We really got that 1 point spread, though. That's interesting. Then next game, ladies and gentlemen, the first out of the two Monday night football games, double headers. We got the Jags visiting the Buffalo Bills. That'll be
Ooh,
at 7:30
yummy,
p.m.
yummy.
In the last 3 seasons, Buffalo has yet to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, one thing I
Let's
can say
see.
about the Jags after almost getting my parlay broken by them, they don't quit. They play to the last second. So and if the refs are going to give them a chance, if there's going to be a chance and a play to run, they're going to run it. They ain't kneeling on nothing.
Nope.
So and I think the Jaguars might be what the Bills are to us, to them,
What the Dolphins were to the Patriots with Brady
or
under center.
what we are to the Bills right now, where it's just like no matter what we do, we can't seem to show up for that game.
Bro, 9-6. Like I will never forget that. You scored 6 points,
Mm-hmm.
and we had 28-31 and we lost. By you know what I mean. But we put up 28 on them. You put 6.
Right. So I'm gonna go
Like,
with the Jags here, and it's gonna be
let me
like
guess. Let me guess. Let me guess. You're gonna say it's gonna be 34-31. Jags.
no,
Okay.
close though. I don't think the Jags can score that much on the Bills. Uh, it's gonna be. I would say it's gonna be 23-20.
That is close. That is close. I got it a little bit more spread out than that. I've got the Bills going because, again, to your point, they just can't beat them. They just can't beat. Don't ask me why. It's all about. This is what we say, ladies and gentlemen. When we're talking about, it's all about matchups. It really is all about matchups. Like Kansas City, or AKA the Bills, will destroy every other team, but can't seem to get over the hump with the Jags. Kansas City, or you know what I mean? Like it just makes no sense. So this is definitely one of them. I still think the Bills are able to put up points only only because I feel like they're a little bit more complete. But that Jags defense is nothing to be. Josh Allen, I feel, will pick Josh Allen. I don't know if he'll take it to the house, but I do feel an interception by Josh Allen to Josh Allen will happen. The Josh Allen to Josh Allen connection, we shall see Monday Night Football. So the way I got it, I got Bills. I already put my score, but I don't know. I'm gonna go Bills 20. Bills 24, Jags 17. Yeah, I think that's where I got it at. So it's gonna be a very interesting game. And then last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we got Commanders. Last game of the week. Commanders to the Bengals, 8:15. Who
I
you
think
got?
the jungle's going to take this one. The NFL doesn't want Joe Burrow starting 0-3.
Agreed. I think
Uh,
Sexy's gonna get sexy his way into two tutties. So, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I'm live. Go ahead, continue. What were you saying?
I'll go Bengals 27-24. Commanders make it a game. They're 1-1. They're playing all
Yeah,
right. They'll make it a game.
I actually got it Bengals 28-21. To your point, I think that they'll be able to put up points, but I'm telling you, get sexy with the two tutties, baby. Two tutties.
2.
So,
Wow,
two
you're putting him
tutties.
up. You're putting him up to Cole Kmet status.
Two, you heard it here first. 17-16 Jags. Man, y'all really don't like the Bills. Allen on Allen crime. Absolutely, Drew Blazer. I'm telling you. Um, but yeah, get sexy, man. And I'ma keep him as my guy. Get sexy will have to be the guy as a tight end to go ahead and make this team as my impactful tight end
And what
to
did I
make
say
this
my
team
score was, Miss Phins?
27-24.
Which is 51 points, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Then the last game, obviously, Dolphins, Seahawks. We always leave that one for last. Ladies and gentlemen, um, uh,
Only
uh, uh,
76% of the
uh,
consensus picks the Seahawks.
I
Now,
guess
keep
I'm
in
going
mind,
with the
they're at
underdogs.
home. We're traveling
Skylar,
across country.
the Rocket Thompson, will need to be the impactful QB for me to be able to do it, and I will also take the Dolphins D as my
So,
other impactful offense.
so 24% of the people out there are either Dolphin fans or they think we can travel across country and beat this Seahawks team. That's interesting. I would have thought
I
it'd
think
been
that
less.
changed with the minute that Tua went down. Nobody has faith on this team, and I love it.
No, I'm
So
saying that
when
24% is rather high,
anywho,
considering.
Dolphins 31-28 on a field goal by Mister. On a 52. I'm calling it right now. A 52-yard field goal by Sanders, by Money Sanders, and we win the game. 31-28 Dolphins. Bucket.
Well, interestingly enough, this game was circled on my schedule before the season started as
Upset.
one of the ones I thought we were going to lose, even with
Okay.
Tua. My reason being 2 hard fought battles, Jacksonville, Buffalo, cross country travel,
Agreed.
all of that. I had us losing this game with Tua. However, given that our superstars didn't play the last quarter last week, and we had the entire weekend without football, couple extra days off, and our quarterback is fresh, I don't see the travel really giving us a problem here.
We're
And I
traveling
think
on
we should
Friday,
win this
though.
game no different than if we would have won it with Tua. The Seattle Seahawks are tough. They're going to score some points. They're going to hold us out of the end zone. So it was never going to be a cakewalk.
Mm-hmm.
So I have us winning this game 27 to 25. Also on a game-winning field goal by Money Sanders.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Do I think this offense is going to be able to put up 31 points? No. I think that our defense is going to be able to get a pick and score a touchdown for us. My score includes 24 out of the offense and one either defense or special team score, in my opinion. And here comes right on time,
Oh, look at
Michael
Michael K
K.
saying Seahawks by 14, but he won't take 14. He only took minus 12 and a half. I guess that's as high as they'd go, but, you know.
Raphael's got Dolphins 24-17. Yeah. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are our picks that we have that we truly believe are going to be able to make the difference for us. I think it's actually kind of cool because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you could kind of see where we were going with this. As far as the Dolphins are concerned, obviously it's going to be a tough game. On Friday, I'll give you guys a game preview, break everything down for you in detail. But and I might have a special co-host. She already said yes. Well, she said I might be able to do it. I'm like, all right, well,
And
you're
by the
coming.
way, you're getting the money line is minus 105 for plus 4 for the Dolphins. That is Culler's lock of the week. Take the plus 4. Miami doesn't lose this game by more than 4.
Mm. Mm. Then that's our pick'ems, guys. Our impactful players. Let's go ahead and finish that because I got one more question for you before we get skedaddled. Actually, no. Let's leave impact players for a second, even though I kind of half did mine. I want to show you guys this real quick, and you guys tell me what you guys think so far, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys tell me a Color. Where do you rank these quarterbacks so far? C.J. Stroud, Sam Darnold, Derek Carr, Brock Purdy, Jaden Daniels. What are we thinking? Hmm?
Well, Sam Darnold's playing the part of like 8th.
Okay.
Brock Purdy, he's a little firebrand. Put him around 3rd.
Well, CJ's third, so
Oh yeah,
fourth.
4th. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
2nd because I don't know. I'd like my chances with Brock Purdy right now and his experience than I would with C.J. Stroud. But
Okay. Then I mean, I guarantee that man has gone to the Super Bowl. So
I
Jose says
agree. I
color.
agree, Jose. I
This
really do.
game will show who McDaniel is as a coach. He got a little extra prep. With adversity comes opportunity. And we all quote, does McDaniel have the respect of the roster? Is what we will find out.
Absolutely,
Jose,
absolutely.
1000%.
This is why I keep pointing back to that Buffalo game. He had the respect that day. We didn't win the day, but look, I thought that was a great example of McDaniel because if everybody's right about Skyler being garbage, then you have to give some damn credit to McDaniel. Excuse my French, Miss Phins. You have to give some credit to McDaniel for what we did that day. I know he made some mistakes that day too, with time management and all that, and clock
Seriously.
management, whatnot, getting the plays in, and all that. But if we can replicate that kind of performance that we had against Buffalo with Skyler and Coach McDaniel, calling the game, I think we have a real shot at winning this game because I just don't see the Seahawks as that type of team that the Buffalo was that year. You know?
I like that. Yeah, I could totally see it.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
not.
Seahawks are a tough team, but if you're talking about losing by 3 like we did to Buffalo to this Seahawks team, it doesn't make as much sense to me. Even though all of this probably means nothing and we're likely going to get destroyed. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's gonna be like that, guys. I
But it
really don't.
is
But
definitely a referendum on Mike McDaniel for sure. And I'm
a
glad
thousand
Jose
percent.
recognizes that because a lot of people are still making it about, so and so and who and who. You know what I mean? If the players
The
show up,
blame game.
if the players show up, you know, we got an excellent shot of winning this game, and there shouldn't really be any much different in our thought processes as fans going into it. But if they don't show up for this game, then you can also, as Jose is saying, you can also pin that on McDaniel because if they quit on us, that means they quit on him.
Mm,
And if they quit on him, that's his issue.
mm,
That's precisely what the coach gets measured on.
mm,
You lose the locker room, you lost your job. That's all there is to it.
mm. I mean, I think you're killing it, Color. Ha, get it, killing it, Color. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know
it's
anybody that's lost the locker room that kept their job. So Jose is spot on
same.
right there.
100% agree. I actually think that this is probably one of the toughest games he's gonna ever coach as a head coach
Yeah, I mean,
because
if we end up finding ourselves like we did with Adam Gase against Buffalo,
mm,
or whoever else, these times when we've been
Philbin,
absolutely blown out, and that's something you can give credit to Flores for.
he never got blown out.
He went out winning, beating the Patriots.
Mhm. First time in 20 years
They
we
never
swept
quit
the
on him.
Patriots.
This is why I don't believe the stuff about the team, most of the team being out on him because they would have quit on him, and
I've
they
seen
never quit on him.
I've seen too many players come out and say I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have gotten this contract had it not been for Flores. And another thing too, when we went, because a lot of people like to throw this in the face, he went 1-7, yeah, and then won 7
Right.
straight,
And the team didn't quit on him.
and we were still 1 game away from making the playoffs. But
Right.
you know who did throw away that game versus the Titans, and did it the year before that and the year after? I don't need to say who it is. I'm
Yep. No,
sorry.
you
It just
don't.
always
No,
triggers
you
me
don't.
because people want to go ahead and just destroy this man. And to your point, if he truly lost the locker room, they would have never gone 7 straight wins. Well,
Right.
they won despite him. Despite Flores. They won. Get man. Thank God this is PG-13, but still, I can't allow myself to say what I really want to say sometimes. 'Cause,
But if all we have to go on is the evidence we have, then the evidence shows that we should be just fine the next 4 weeks. We may not get this win, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's going to be like this type of game where we're just like, oh, it's all over with. I think we will be competitive. If we do lose, I don't think we should be throwing the baby out with the bathwater yet. Now, if we get blown out and
Agreed.
we don't even show up, then yeah, it's like it's time to say, hey, forget this season because
I don't
obviously
see that.
nobody's playing for the coach. You know what I mean?
It would have to be an absolutely offensive collapse.
Well, the other thing too, Miss Phins, is if there's any thought that Tua might be coming back, wouldn't the players be doing Tua a disservice by not showing up? So they would have to be out on Tua if they don't show up. Not just the coach. You don't show up for Skyler and make every effort to get some dubs the next couple of weeks. You're telling Tua we're out on you, bro.
Pretty
Too,
much.
because why would you let him? Why would you not want? I mean, why would you not want to have better than 0-4 for him to come back to? So if
Yeah.
the team is quit, then they quit on Tua Thursday night, everybody as much as they quit on McDaniel.
And that's on McDaniel. I mean, there's no other way of putting that. That's on McDaniel. And I'm tired of, but I'm also tired of this fan base blaming the head coach. Yes, I'm saying it because again, it's anyone but certain people on the team, and I think that's ridiculous as well. I think that's ridiculous. Do I think the season is already over? Absolutely not. Bro, I swear to you, man, I'm such a trendsetter and I don't even try to be, but it just happens. I'm not even gonna tell you how I see it, but it just happens. Uh anyways. This is ridiculous to my point. This is crazy. Look at this. I had I don't, you know what? I trust in Anthony Weaver. That I do trust. I trust that Weaver is going to be able to make the adjustments because I've seen it not once but twice already. In back-to-back games, Anthony Weaver has made the adjustments and has stopped the opposing offense from scoring. Complete shutouts in the second half of the game after making his adjustments. I've yet to see our head coach make
And let's be
adjustments.
real, you could be the best defensive coordinator to ever live.
Hmm.
But if you're throwing 3 interceptions, you're getting 31 points put on you by Josh Allen. It don't matter who your defensive coordinator is.
On a short field like they
Yeah,
had,
exactly,
only
exactly,
one time did they score out on their own, where the play started
exactly,
on their own side.
exactly.
Everything else was on the
Once
Dolphin
we
side.
stop giving the ball to them, how many points did they score on us? Thank you,
Zero.
thank you.
Zero.
So credit to Anthony Weaver for sure.
I'm loving the Anthony Weaver pickup. When I spoke to Ravens Talk with Yolanda, shout out to her, guys. Go check out her channel. Phenomenal. She's a great Ravens content creator. And she and I were talking, and she was telling me, you guys got a good one. I really wanted Weaver to stay with us. You know what I mean? And I'm like, listen, I got to see it till I see it. But if it's what I think it is, based on my personal conversation with that coach, see, I can tell you right now, most people haven't had a conversation with their DC. I personally have. And based on the conversations I had with our DC, I feel very good about this defense, which is why I made my prediction just like I have every other year because we've had a different DC. I said it always takes 6 to 8 weeks for the defense to gel. This year, I said in this offseason, I see it being 4 to 6 weeks, back to back weeks, and we've pitched shutouts in the second half. What does that tell me? The man can make adjustments,
Well,
and that's what you
what's
need
happening is the guy came in with a lot of pedigree, and he's backing up the pedigree so far.
with players that we already have on the field. Not the, oh, I'm just going to cherry pick these players and just bring them. No, with the guys we already have in house. Maybe one or two came in,
I
maybe
mean,
what,
again,
four?
I'll state a couple of the names off the top of my head: Doug
Mm-hmm.
Marone, Mike Pettin, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Rex Ryan, John Harbaugh. You know, uh,
Just to name a few.
Bill O'Brien. Now, everybody knows I'm not a big fan of Bill O'Brien. It's not like I'd be out there touting that, but he was Bill O'Brien's defensive line coach slash defensive coordinator when they were rolling. So, if you're wondering what time frame that is, that would be J.J. Watt.
You mean to tell me when
That
Texas
would be
had what, a
J.J. Watt's defense.
top 10 defense? That Texans team?
I mean, that's where Anthony Weaver comes from.
Jeez.
And people, Doug Marrone, not a great head coach, excellent defensive coordinator. Let's not forget that Doug Marrone was the head coach for Calais Campbell and Jalen Ramsey when they went to an AFC championship game with Blake Bortles as their quarterback.
Mm,
So I'm sorry if I'm just not out on the season yet because our quarterback went down and we got Skylar Thompson. I will take Skylar Thompson over Blake Bortles any day of the week
I mean, I
and
can't even
twice on
deny.
Sunday. Twice on 2 Sundays in a row.
I can't even argue with that. I can't. Like, I can't.
I mean, I know Ramsey and Campbell are older now and it's not quite the same, but that's just the pedigree we're talking about. Anthony Weaver worked under Marrone at one point in his career. He's a good dude. The guy knows his stuff.
I'm telling you, that's who I'm actually very excited to see how this defense go. True Blazer, he points at 17 points off of turnovers. Let's take off those 17 points from the 31. What is that? 16 minus 17 points, 14 points, not including. Oh no, no, that does include it. So that means that 2 touchdowns. That's all
By
that
the way,
offense. That's all that offense produced. What did
one
we end up
other
scoring,
one other
Color?
trivial
What
tidbit,
did we
Miss
call it?
Phins.
10
One other.
points.
I'm sorry.
What did we end up scoring? 10 points. We
Yeah.
still would have lost because his offense, even if you take away the 17 points, still wasn't
Yep.
able to put up points.
Yep. But one other little trivial tidbit about that whole thing with the Jaguars and Doug Marrone and all that. Um. Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
No worries.
Still coming
Let's go ahead and do. I've been doing my impact players. The last segment. Impact players, man. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and your 2 defenses, sir. You want me to start since I already got mine?
Sure.
So I got Skyler the Rocket Thompson for obvious reasons. He's gonna have to step up his play to be able to go ahead and do it. Who do you got as co-workers? Because I gotta take this call real quick. I mean, who do you got as quarterback?
I mean, it has to be number 19 for the Miami Dolphins. Skylar Thompson. If we are to have if we're going to win this game, we're going to need to have a huge impact from our backup quarterback. And I think if on Monday morning, if you find the Miami Dolphins a winner, then you would have to say that Skylar Thompson was the most impactful quarterback to his team this week. It would be almost an axiom. So I'm going with Skylar Thompson. Likewise, running back, I think it's going to have to be Saquon Barkley. Because if the Eagles are going to bounce back
I heard you,
against
Skyler, and then Saquon Barkley.
against the opponent the Eagles are facing this week, which was who was it again, Miss Phins?
Who?
The
Eagles?
Eagles.
Oh, yeah, the Eagles are facing
Somebody tough. It's somebody tough.
where the heck are the Eagles? I know they don't got no bye week this week.
No, it's the Saints. They're
Is
facing
it?
the Saints.
Oh my God! Yeah, the
So
Saints.
in order to
Sorry.
keep that high-powered offense off the field, they're going to need to run the ball, and that's going to go through Saquon Barkley. Thanks, Jose.
I
Appreciate you
agree.
coming
Thank you,
on, man.
Jose.
As
Jose
always.
says, great show and good night, Miss Phins in Color. Thank you, man. Appreciate you supporting the channel and being a member. Thank you so much for your support, Jose. We really do appreciate it, honestly.
But
Um,
yeah, in order to keep that Saints offense off the field, you're going to have to get good running out of Saquon.
I think that's a great, excellent
Saquon was
pick.
also beating himself up pretty hard
This last game, yeah,
for the last game. Yeah.
going 3 tutties the first game to like no show in the
Well,
second game.
apparently he did all right, but he also had like a key drop, I guess, during that last drive or whatnot.
He knew he needed to do better, and that's why. But I give it to you. I picked B. John Robinson back to back weeks. I know
Mm.
that may seem like, whoa, why B. John? Well, the main reason being is B. John as a running back. Atlanta has a tough, very tough game this week playing versus the Chiefs. And they're going to
Oh
need that
yeah,
run
oh
game.
yeah, that's a good one.
They're going to really need that run game to be active. If they don't get that run game going, I think they're going to get clobbered by Kansas City. So for me, that run game will open up the pass game for Kirk Chains. So I picked B. John for back to back weeks as one of the main impactful players that has to
I
do what he needs to do
I was
for them
tempted
to
to
win.
pick one of our running backs, obviously,
Me
because
too, but I was
Skyler's
like,
going to need one of them to have a great game. But
it's
which
true.
one? You got Wilson and Mostert are questionable, so we don't know if either one of them are going to get the nod. You could go. You could just do the safe thing and go with Achan, but you don't know if McDaniel might want to feed the rock to Jalen Wright because Achan got a lot of carries the other night.
And he
You know,
also is kind of banged up as well.
right?
So
So stay away from the Dolphins running backs, even though we should
agree.
get a good performance out of at least one of them.
But you just don't
Um,
know who.
I'm hoping it's the veteran because we need this win, and Mostert can bring some stability to Skyler's backfield. As the elder statesman, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He can also probably, when it comes to the stuff we do in our running game and blocking assignments and calling out the right checks, Mostert is likely to be the one that could help Skyler the most. Pinch him on the shoulder. Hey, that actually no, you need to call this. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah,
Or So I think that if Mostert is healthy enough to play, I think McDaniel has to be going with Mostert as the lead guy. That
agreed.
doesn't mean we're not going to get everybody involved. And I would not be surprised if either Wright, Achan, or Mostert break one to the house. Less likely to happen with Jeff Wilson, but you could still get that short yardage touchdown with Wilson in that hard running if he's playing. He is questionable. So again, all of them show questionable with a date of return of game day. So
Seriously.
we're going to have to wait and see, as the Thursday report comes out and all that, how all that changes. But yeah, it's too hard to decide which one. So again,
Yeah.
I'll go with Saquon because obviously the Eagles need to get back on track, and against a high scoring team like the Saints, the only way you're going to do that is with your running game. So, you know, I
Raphael
like your
says
Bijan pick though because man, Atlanta's going to need to run against
they're gonna
KC.
need
That's
to
for
run
sure. They're also going to need to
against
control the
Kansas
clock
City.
and keep the ball. You know what I mean?
They
So,
exactly. They're gonna have to eat up as much clock as possible, and
I
that
mean,
will help out
what
Kirk
what what would be the
so
number one thing
much.
if your deity came down and said, "Hey, you got one more last piece of advice you could ever give me, and then I'm taking away your ability to speak, okay? And you have to give me one piece of advice to beat the Chiefs. What would it be? I'll tell you mine first because you might realize that you agree. You got to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field.
Excellent.
I mean,
You're gonna
part
have
of
to
that
have
is
those
their
11,
defense.
12.
Part of that is
el-
their defense being so good, making you go 3 and out. But the point is, you got to keep Mahomes off the field.
You have to have those like 13 plays, those 11 to 12 play
You got to have
drives
an
where you're
extra possession by way of a turnover at some point
like
against Patrick Mahomes.
literally just killing
And
the
when you
clock.
get that turnover, because it's only going to be one, you can only ever count on one, okay, from him, if that. And when you get that one, you have to capitalize off of it. You have to get that extra score, even if it's just a field goal. That could be the difference in the game. Because you have to play field position with him. You have to play match score for score. And if you can't score that enough, then you have to find a way to keep him off the field and control the clock. Bottom line, that would be the piece of, like, no more can I talk. God, you're taking my voice. That is the last thing I tell you. Keep Patrick Mahomes
Well,
off the field.
the last thing I would say is, but Daddy, can I keep my voice?
Right,
Like that would be
right. Now,
it.
how you keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, that's a longer discussion. I
But
know
I
it
could only
seems
have
simple.
that if I keep my voice.
Yeah, it's kind of like the foot. It's kind of like score more points than the other guy. No kidding, Culler. I get it,
Yeah.
but the point is where your focus should be. We all know that it's football 101 to keep the opposing quarterback off
Oh
the
my
field. We
god!
get
And
that.
you know what's horrible?
But
I've
no
got
more does
Kirk
it,
Cousins
no more does it matter more than against a guy like Patrick Mahomes.
for real. I got Kirk Cousins as my starting quarterback going versus
He'll get
Kansas
you the
City,
production even if they
and
lose.
then I have
You're all
Justin
right with that.
Fields going against as against the Chargers at my backup.
In a game like that, I look for Kirk Cousins to get over 300,
Yeah.
even in a loss.
Okay. Kirk
Now
will
he could
change
just
that
have a.
major.
They both could just have a mediocre night because remember it's Spagnuolo's defense. But I mean, Kirk Cousins has played against Spagnuolo defenses before. He was in the NFC.
Mm.
And Spagnuolo was all throughout the NFC for a lot of his career. Head
I'm
coach of
really
the
gonna have
St.
to be
Louis Rams.
creative. I'm
You
gonna have
know,
to be creative. But look, Rafael says, "FY, you may hear Chris Brooks' name in the Green Bay game. Packers backup run is nursing an injury.
and
Josh
Josh Jacobs
Jacob
has
is
already won. So you're
RB1.
looking at third down back duty for Chris Brooks, possibly, which could
Hopefully,
include because he's a hard runner.
mm-hmm.
That it could include a 6-pointer if you're looking to find somebody
End
cheap
zone.
and if you're doing daily fantasy and you need to find a cheap back that might get you 6 points. That way you could open up another slot on your lineup. Chris Brooks might not be a bad choice this week. If he's doing third down duties for Green Bay and they find themselves at the 3-yard line, he could easily bust one in and make his points by way of a score. Happens a lot. He could be the different, and there'll be very, very few people with him on their lineup. So it'll be a good differentiator if you can get a score from a guy like Chris Brooks, because I guarantee you he's probably not more than 3,000 on DraftKings. And if he is, it's probably like 4,100 or something, or 3,900 or something.
Interesting. Well, I got George Pickens out of Steelers as my wide receiver. Obviously, I have Gesicki as my tight end. I got the Dolphins defense extremely needed, and then I got the Vikings defense as my other
Well, for my wide
other one.
receiver, I really, really want to go with Garrett Wilson,
Okay.
because if I think that the Jets are gonna curb stomp the Patriots, then obviously that's gonna have to come through a big game by Garrett Wilson. However, given what happened the last time Skyler was playing an important game in Buffalo.
Waddle it is. I got you. You don't even gotta finish.
Thank you, Ms.
Waddle will have to
Jalen
have a
Waddle.
huge game. Come
Jalen
on, bro.
Waddle. Jalen Waddle. I will
Oh,
not accept.
Skylar Thompson.
I
3
will not.
touchdown catches.
He's got to make up for it. So I will not accept less than 93% catch rate by one Jalen Waddle this week.
And at least 2 tutties out of that.
Well,
At
those
least.
come if you're getting a 93% catch rate, Miss Phins, that stuff will come with it. But
I knew it. Who's your tight end?
this man cannot drop beautifully thrown footballs by Skylar Thompson. He doesn't have very many. He doesn't have very many chances in people's eyes. You can't be dropping those, Waddle. You got to help him out, bro.
Help
Keep
out
your
your
eyes
young
on the
quarterback.
football. Don't make adjustments that you think you need to make. He's got a strong arm. He can put the ball in the spot. Trust that it's going to be there. Don't jump early. Keep your eyes on the football, and we'll be just fine. And Jalen Waddle will have a huge game with Skylar Thompson. So he's my
I like
impact
that.
wide receiver of the week, Jalen
Love
Waddle.
it. I know you were the minute you said, "Well, that ain't Waddle." Uh,
Given our
who's your
current situation,
yeah?
yeah,
Who's your tight end?
tight end would have to be probably could be one of ours too, but I'm gonna have to go with your guy.
Get sexy,
Yeah,
yay!
they got a big game this week, or a game that they was it? Who do they? Oh, they're playing the Panthers, aren't they? Or no,
No, they're
no, no,
no, no,
no,
no,
they're
no, no, no,
playing.
no, no, no.
Who's
Bengals
it?
are playing. Oh, I just had it.
The Commanders, a
The
game they should
Commanders.
win, but a team that's proven to be a fairly tough out.
Mm-hmm. And they need this win. That's
And
what
this is
makes
the
it
type of
more
game where you
important.
need to show why you grabbed a guy like Jasicki. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why it makes sense in Cincinnati with him with Burrow. Let's see why, guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, Jasicki needs to is my impact tight end of the week.
Awesome. What about your two defenses?
Obviously, ours. You got to shut down Geno Smith, and
Yeah.
he does well to move the football. So,
And your backup?
uh, let me scroll through these games real quick. Uh, I guess I'll have to go with Detroit. Detroit's defense is going to have to be the reason they win, because you got to stop that little Mighty Mouse running around, bombing the football to
Oof.
Marvin Harrison all day.
Oh God, that is
Oh wait,
you.
I want to change it to the Vikings.
Vikings?
Yeah. Given Sam Darnold and all that, the Vikings are gonna need to win this game. Their defense is gonna need to win this game against Houston, because Houston does have some firepower on offense.
That's interesting.
That Nico man, woo, that guy is a monster.
Mm. Houston D versus Vikings?
Yeah. No, Vikings D versus Houston. I didn't realize Nico Collins was so big, man. That guy is huge.
I'm so mad, and I got Tank Dell, and I wanted to draft Nico Collins, and I should have drafted when I thought about him because he went the two picks at no, the pick afterwards. You know who took him? Michelle.
Michelle, oh,
And
go
guess
figure.
who I'm going up against with this week? Michelle.
Oh wow,
And
what a
look,
matchup!
let see who she started. Nico Collins. I'm like, I
Wow,
can't. You can't even make this
what a
up.
matchup! Miss Phins versus Michelle. All right.
Mm. Hunter revenge game. We'll see, man. We'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. So our expected week 3 impact players, ladies and gentlemen, for color commentary. It is Skyler, the Rocket Thompson, as his QB. As running back, he has Saquon Barkley. His wide receiver is Waddle, Jalen Waddle. He also has Gesicki out of the Bengals as his tight end. His two defenses, the Dolphins defense and the Vikings defense. For Miss Phins, yours truly. I actually had Skyler the Rocket Thompson. I did it before him. B. John Robinson out of Atlanta, George Pickens out of the Steelers, Mikey Sexy as well. I picked them first, and then also I picked Dolphins and Vikings, and I picked those first. So the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, these are the players we believe are going to be the most impactful for their teams to help those teams win based on the position out of all players in the same position in all games. And also, this goes to show that Color just really likes my takes, and that's why he's copying them. Well, there you have it, Color Calm. Guys, we are live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Thank you so much for showing up, and we really do appreciate you guys being here with us. As far as our pickums, man, that was great. Obviously, we were able to go ahead and make this happen and able to go ahead and give you guys our general takes on what we believe. So if you guys can go ahead and do it, that'll be great. Also, remember, you can join the family and become a member. It's a great way for you to support the channel. Also, as well, you can, and it's 100% free. Hit the like button and subscribe. Everybody on Twitter and Twitch, thank you so much for coming through tonight. This is Miss Phins. That's Mr. Color Commentary from the Phins Tailgate. Go check him out with his great, great, great shows over there with Color with a cat. What is it? Color with a cup of coffee, or what is it? Cup.
Coffee and a cup of me.
There you go. Coffee and a cup of Color. There you go. Sheba says, "Fire show, fire." I'm so glad you liked it,
Thank you, Sheba.
Sheba. Thank you so much for your kind words. Color, what is your final thoughts, sir?
Rough week, rough game ahead. I mean, it's really tough to keep the faith and be optimistic, but I really do think that we have, you know, the tools to get this win. I mean, this is why McDaniel built the roster that he built. We have to let him prove his worth in that regard. If he believes in Skyler, he's going to live or die by that. You know what I mean? So we'll be deciding Monday whether McDaniel is a genius or whether he's just a fool. But given the team, if these guys are adults and they're men and they really care, they're going to show up and we're going to have every bit of chance to win that we would have had. Besides that, and if we get that, if we really get the will to win out of these guys, I think we absolutely have the ability to beat this Seahawks team with Skylar Thompson and Mike McDaniel, in the playbook. So I'm not, I'm just going to take it as it comes, and that's all we can do. It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not going to give up until the team does.
As it should be. You know what I mean? It's not over till it's over. Until that puppy says, "Well, we're 1-1." So until it says 17 games, however that ends up looking, the season isn't over. So we
And
gotta
you can,
rally.
and just to remind everybody, at least for me, you can lose this game and still show me that you care. We all know what quitting looks like. We all know when they've given up. We will know what it looks like. You know what I mean? So even in a loss, they can still show us that they care. They can still show us that they really did show up and it just didn't work out. And we got another chance next week and next week and next week until either Tua comes back or we make it clear we're giving up on the season or we get in another veteran. Whatever it be the decision at that point, that the team is going to show us what they want to do, even in a loss. Just keep that in mind. A loss doesn't equal they gave up. You know what I mean? Because we'll know what it looks like. We've seen it enough. Us Dolphin fans that have been around a while, we know what giving up looks like.
Ugh, and it's
So,
rough.
let's hope for the best and plan for the worst, I guess. At this
Love
point,
it.
fins up, peduncles down, because that's where all the power's at. And Let's try to do this.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, this is Miss Phins and Mr. Color Commentary, Season 3, Episode 3 of our Week 3 Pick'ems. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. We really do appreciate everything you guys have done. Continue to hit the like button, guys. Continue to come back. You guys keep watching. And the best way to say thank you is by subscribing to the channel if you like the content. Go ahead and subscribe. Tomorrow, we continue this week's show with our Remix Thursday. We're going to be doing a deep dive on Tyler Huntley. So if you have Tyler Huntley information you want to go ahead and provide us, go and watch tomorrow morning's show at 8 a.m. Eastern, guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. On Friday, we will be doing our game preview of the Dolphins at Seahawks game. I do have a special guest whom has confirmed they want to go ahead and be part of this. So we will be discussing that on Friday. Thank you guys for coming through. I see that, Dean, coming in the building. How you doing? Good evening, sir. Thank you for showing up. You're catching the replay. Thank you so much for coming through. Hit that like button. Keep sharing the channel. Guys, congratulations to you guys. We've made it to 1,400 subs. Shout out to my captain, my co-host, Mr. Color Commentary, for always bringing the heat and always bringing us great content. Thank you so much again. This is Miss Phins. I'm Miss Phins. Take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye bye.